Tell me when we're live. Okay, it's live.
Never mind you.
Three, two, one.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up,
everybody.
everyone? Welcome to another Stay Fishy Friday. Of course, I'm your
It's a
favorite
hot
host.
mug. You gonna still with that shit?
Always.
You're the favorite host.
Always.
How about we have a WWE, fight off? We'll put him in the ring. We'll put me in the ring, and the winner is your guys' favorite. How's that? Let's do a poll for that. Everyone wants to see that, Pumpkin Boy. All right, so
Now, you don't
we'll go
wanna
with that.
put-
He's
you
my
don't-
favorite too for right now.
You don't want to put up a poll like that because then it'll turn all our viewers. I like Rich better. I like Josh better, and then you'll see one bar that's
No, Pumpkin Boy. Here's the thing.
real big and one that's
The whole poll will be, I like Rich better.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, buddy.
Okay, so anyways, guys, welcome to the Stay Fishy live stream. Appreciate it. We are here to tell you it is hot today. It has been muggy. It's been horrible.
You got AC. You're fine.
This AC keeps, okay, because there's no attic above here, this roof is right in the sun, right here. So if you get on a ladder and you stand up by our ceiling, it's muggy hot up there.
Go outside.
Oh, I know, it's way worse
It's
outside.
comfortable in here.
In here, it's because you just walked in. It's 76 degrees in here. My air conditioner cannot keep it no warmer in this heat than 76. Cooler, I mean.
Yeah.
Now, when they were putting on the roof and they didn't have that vent cap on, oh my God, it kept it at 71, no problem. Once they put the vent cap on, it went back to being hot again because the air is not going through there so fast. It's coming out so slowly, I'd like to go up there and move that vent cap up like 4 inches and put 4 inches of screening on there so the air could just go out. That would be great. Can we do that?
You can do whatever the hell you put your little mind to.
When I say we, Pumpkin, I mean you and me. Can we go up there and do that?
So by we and me and you mean me.
Right. Now you're catching on. I taught you everything you know in life. You can do this.
I mean, I honestly don't know what you said because I wasn't listening. You just go up there and put a power vent at the top.
We could do that at the top of the peak and the end. A power vent out would work too. And that wouldn't bother the roof.
Because there is
or the new warranty on the steel roof.
There is no taking that cap off. You can't. Because then water would just get into it behind.
Okay. All right, power vent it is.
So-
I'll buy it. Will you put it in? How about if you buy it and I'll put it in?
It's gonna cost you. Yeah, we'll get it done. The only problem, I mean, it's going to be easier on that front side, but we're going through 2 layers of wall because I built that exterior wall.
Oh, that won't work here. There is no attic. You can't put a power vent up there. There's no attic to suck the air out of. There's only 8 inches of ceiling right there of roofing. On the other side of that 8 inches is the metal. There's no way to put a...
Keep that one better. And there will be some there that gets...
That's all insulated in the bedrooms. That ain't hot over there. This is a hot ceiling. If you touch it, it's hot. And the air conditioner's trying to work against it.
Put it upstairs on. Build the roof you want. Get a whole upstairs. There you go.
How about you sell your house, use the money, and build a whole upstairs? You got the upstairs, I got the downstairs. When I go, you got the whole house.
If I build anything, it's not going to be in Ohio. Because I've come to realize that, everything that we want in life.
I've been all over this planet, and I'm telling you, there's no place to get ahead better than Ohio. Every time I came back to Ohio, I got ahead.
Man, I was just sent this property. It was in Idaho, right?
See you, Bonnie.
It was in Idaho.
Our nurse.
It was in
Go ahead.
Idaho, okay?
Uh-huh.
And this thing was freaking massive. Like, it had different corridors on the house. It had an indoor basketball court, indoor swimming pool, outdoor swimming pool. It had its own mini pit bike track. It had a full-blown ATV dirt bike track. It had 3 ponds. It had 2 huge, and I mean huge, like 80 by 120 garages that were fully furnished and awesome. And the stuff just went on. It had a putt-putt golf course. Like, it was an entertainer's freaking, place.
Do you
And
really want to move all these fish tanks?
they wanted 3.5 mil, and I thought that was a fucking steal.
Yeah, I saw this house for 11 mil the other day. I wanted it too. What the hell?
3.5 mil. Now,
Oh my God.
you think, say even you get 3 different people to live on the compound, 3 successful people who know what the hell they're doing, it's not going to be much. I know if I damn well sold everything that we owned, probably do it. And then restart the fish,
Oh my God. We will never find the tanks that we have found over the last, 20 years of my life.
I would keep 4 tanks. 5. The rest would go. I would keep the 4400, the 2200, the 2 Bellagio tanks, and the 1000. The rest are disposable to me.
And the 3,000? 2,000 outside?
Rip it down, keep the glass. I'll build new. Bigger, better.
No.
Yeah.
No, you got to take the wall out to get them tanks out anyway. Take the 3,000 with you. This is irrelevant. You're not even going to buy a $3 million house.
They are loving this. We're talking about what we do if we moved, I would love to rebuild that 3,000 and take it from a 3,000 up to a 12,000,
16, 20,000.
No, that's just for the baby grow out, 16,000, And then I build a massive, larger tank. So if I would build a massive tank like that, I don't know if I would build it out of concrete or if I would do metal tube framing and actually weld the tank and then coat it with epoxy and do like a massive tank. But there's actually I got us our first grant.
What?
It's from this program called Clear the Shelters.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts August 1st. For one, that they've got all of their donors from across all 50 states.
You're killing me with suspense here. How much is the grant?
We won't know until the event's over. But here's the catch. So we have our private link that anything that is donated to Ohio Fish Rescue, this guy, he have his name in the program, his whole company will match any donation to any organization that is sponsored in this program.
Okay.
Plus, they've got all of their donors that have gifted to the fund throughout the year, and they will divide all of that money between all of the organizations that applied for it and got granted.
Okay. If I'm not looking at you guys, it's because I'm trying to read the comments and catch up here while he's talking to me. So that's why I'm looking that way. I'm sorry.
You are fine. So,
well, I can't pop the chat out until I catch up. There's things on here that we need to know about. Then I can pop it out and have it over where I need it.
Speaking of, I found a bunch of stuff for OBS Studio.
Okay.
One is an integration into OBS and Skype to where you can bring up to 4 guests on. Just bring your
That's what we need.
in.
I told you OBS is the way to go.
I've got it. I've also got a way where you can highlight a comment and it pops up on screen.
Really? Okay, that's what we need. All them little add-ons that people have gotten. I've tried so many and they just weren't working, So if you've got new ones that work, we'll try them.
Just got to do it the right way. The new age
Forget
technology.
Rich and Josh. Allure is our favorite.
So have you updated OBS in a long time?
It updates all the time.
It updates the current drivers. Have you downloaded the latest OBS? Like there's OBS 17, 18, 19.
It updates to the newest version automatically. I have it set for that. It's the newest version. I can go to OBS now, which is here, and then we can go up to
tools real quick.
Yeah.
I don't.
No,
see-
about.
No, tools is the thing I'm looking for.
There's about. That'll tell you what version. 29.1.3, 64-bit OBS Studio.
You know, I seen this video today. He had to download a new version. It was called OBS 19, and
Okay.
it was able to do all the stuff. I'll send you that video, and that's your task.
There you
okay?
go.
But yes, everyone is
Okay, here you go.
asking.
Once I pop this chat out, you won't see this. So go ahead and do this one.
I've got it on my phone. Colleen Perkins, $50 says Happy Fishy Friday, y'all. Hashtag Team Tracy.
Thank you, Colleen.
That's
awesome.
Awesome. Thank you. So,
Okay, I'm done.
you guys are asking why the stream is back on the main channel. So we are bringing it back to the main channel. We're going to use the Stay Fishy live stream channel. We might rename it to OFR
We're going to rename it, but
ASMR.
it's going to be our channll still.
It's going to
and
be
we
the
don't care
live
if it
stream
makes
to the
money.
tanks.
Yes, that was our idea. We're going to put a video on the tanks. And y'all been asking for it for so long. My thing was I can't figure out a way how you monetize that, because who wants, what do you call them, commercials in your 6-hour live stream of your video of your tank? You don't want commercials in. You have to run back to your camera and hit, skip video or skip ads or whatever. So I don't know how them people got monetized and made money off of them channels like that. So we're just going to do it because we don't care about this other channel. If it don't make money, that's fine. I know you guys wanted it, so we're doing that as a favor for you guys, because we tried it as a second channel for the live streams, and it did not bother our mainstream channel at all. It did not get better, did not get worse. So we're putting it back on the mainstream, where there's still people that haven't found the live stream over on the other channel. So if I was you, all 165,000 of you, I would go to the other channel and at least get what's it called, subscribe to it, so that you can now watch, because we're going to just put up a 6-hour video of the 4400, 6-hour underwater video of the pool, and different tanks every day. So that's going to be something I'm doing, and I will do for you guys. I'm not putting no commercials on it. I don't care. It's something you guys been wanting. I'm going to give it to you, and it's just another channel. Now, if we can get more people watching that channel and it jumps up, we'll get more people for this channel. So, that's what we decided to do with that channel. It did not work out for the live streams. So the live streams are coming back. Yeah, they're here, and I left a thing on the OFR forum and the OFR page, and then also the OFR live stream channel, all with the click. You just click the link and you come to this live stream. So hopefully nobody got stuck on the other live stream or looking for it over there.
But also at the same time, want to at least do 2 guests a month. Once I have them install these new adapters, we can have guests on and have it done easily. 2 guests a month at least. But the way the live stream will be structured, it'll basically have an hour and 15-minute time slot. You guys will have 15 minutes for the Tracy update. Then
Which we got to do now.
Which right at 6 o'clock, the Tracy update has to be done. The guest comes on at 6 o'clock. The guest is on from 6 till 7. Because you're not going to find...
They may stay later if they want to. They don't have to.
There's some guests who only want to come on for 45 minutes. They might stay for an hour. But an hour is the max I would do with them. And, they have their time as well. So you got to respect that.
Right.
So I think that is the ultimate
That's our plan moving forward now.
Forward.
And we're going to work on the actual main channel again to where we can have the background with the video clips up. We're going to change it.
I've learned a lot of new things as far as the green screen goes. This camera you guys are watching on those now is going to go in the dumpster.
Stop it.
Or you can put it back up on eBay. I think you paid like $200 bucks for it or something like that.
Yeah, $280.
Well, now we're going to use either the ZV1, which I actually have a gift for you too.
Okay.
You have to remind me. It's in my car.
Okay.
You're gonna like it. They're gonna like it.
Let's go on with the Tracy update, 'cause it should have been at the beginning, and I'm sorry.
Poverty sucks, as Josh is such a tyrant. He makes valid points, though. I'm the one who makes the ball go round here,
If it was me, everybody would get every fish for free. I do what I do because I love what I'm doing. Josh comes in. He's like, we need to charge at the door. We need to sell these fish, even if nowhere's near as much as a pet store would. But we need to make some money to get some money back recuperated. And I'm like, well, way to go, Josh. But you know, I'm still here. I would just do it for the love of it.
See, but that would have ran. Right now, you're complaining about the OFR account being dry now.
Yeah, I'm back to paying $900 a month.
It would have ran out 2 years ago.
You haven't been charging money for fish for only been a couple months.
I'm just saying.
No, he does is if we got like a fish that we can give out that needs a home and somebody has a good tank and a good spot for it, you know, we'll charge them like a third of what it would cost at a pet store. If it's $100 at a pet store, you can charge $30 here. It's nothing, but it helps us pay for the gas on all these trips. Reaper's getting ready to go to New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, and then home, and that's going to be next weekend. This week, during the week, at Wednesday, he's going to, was it Indiana or Illinois and back? And then a week after, he's got to go up to New York by the Canadian Falls, the American Falls. Niagara Falls, thank you, I was working for that word. And, you know, so we've got all these things, and the price of gas is not cheap. And then if you ever drove through New York...
Gas ain't nothing right now. You know,
hold up. You go through New York, and it may cost you $300 for the gas for the trip to go from Ohio to New York and back. But then it costs you like $180 to go through New York to get where you're going to. They charge for every bridge, every, you know, a tunnel. It's ridiculous, and they're high prices. You know?
It's the Ohio, Indiana... Pennsylvania, Chicago Turnpike. It is all ridiculous. Do you know how much money I paid in tolls to go to Aquatopia?
Like $60.
$160.
Really?
And I didn't even put that on the OFR account. I paid for that out of my pocket.
No way! You were the biggest Jew ever. How would you not charge the OFR account?
I pay cash.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
And
wow,
to where,
I am impressed.
To where I'm just like, I'm getting an Easy Pass because you get better rates with the Easy Pass, and now it's accepted in 28 states.
I've got the Easy Pass.
Yeah. But it's
okay,
just...
you got to stop. We got to get to the Tracy thing. We can come back to this.
I'm on a roll here.
Okay. I don't know how many minutes it is. Can anybody put it down? You know,
6:21.
All right, 6:21 is the Tracy update. Now, this week here is the first week we've had. Last week, I trained with the nurses, so I was out there with them like I'm working and, you know, still doing my 24 hours a day. So I'm out there with them, making sure that they're doing good, making sure that they know where everything is, making sure here's how I do it. If you can do it better, great. If you can find an easier way, better, great. But here's how we do it here. Learn this and then move on from there. I keep everything at this place. I do this here. We do this at this time. I gave them the whole list of everything I had written down of what I do. Here's the mornings we do Tracy's complete thing, you know, where she gets her what do you call that? The split something. It's a napkin that has a split in it, and it goes around her tray. So you have to take all this off her tray, the split pad, and then, you know, wash all this, and, you know, because she gets a lot of sputum or phlegm coming up underneath and out of her tray. So you got to wash all that off and clean it off, and then put her new split pad on, take her inner cannula, wash it, put the new trach mask on, put the new band on that goes around her neck. It's a foam band. And then when you put the trach mask on, you got to make sure that this string is in the middle of that foam band so it ain't touching her skin and pulling tight. I mean, it's a... You know, it's a bunch of stuff like that. And we've got her belly feed or peg feeding. I have to put a little split pad on there. And then, you know, give her a whole bed bath. And, you know, I do her hair like every other day, sometimes every 3 days I wash her hair. So, I mean, and then every Friday we do the whole thing where we change everything out. The blue tubes that come to her thing, giving her the fog or the mist. I mean, everything gets changed. The suction hose, I mean, everything. And then, you know, every other day we change the sheets. Unless we need to, like if there's an accident or something and the sheets get dirty, then we change it then. But on a schedule, we change the sheets every other day. And I bought her a bunch of sets of sheeting so that she's got like the pink and yellow polka dot, you know, pretty little thing with the matching pillowcase. Other one, she's got a solid pink one. Another one, she's got these little curly cues. And then she's got her Betty Boop pink, sheets, and then she's got her Tweety Bird sheets. I mean, everything she liked, I bought her for. So, you know, we just in the morning you do that, and then after that you feed her lunch, and then after lunch it's time to put her in her chair for 2 hours, and she watches TV and sits up and does that. And when you put her back in there, you've got an hour before her dinner. So then you have to give her range of motion, where you move each finger in and out, and then you move her hand up and down. You do 30 of each, and then you move her elbow in and out. Then you move her arm up and down, and then out and over, and then you move on to the next extremity, and you do this all over. And you do her legs, her arms, and everything else like that. And there's a whole list. So I gave them the list. They can change it around whatever they want. This is what worked for me. As long as everything on this list gets done, you're more powered. Go do what you want. Change it how you want. As long as everything on that list gets done, that's fine. There's times you got to do the laundry. Like today, all her supplies come in. We had to stock all the shelves and that kind of stuff. It's just there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done with her. So I worked all last week teaching the nurses all this, and I told them, here's what I do. Learn it. Here's where I keep stuff. Learn it, and then you can make it your own from there. It'll be your room while you're here. It's your hospital room. And then this week I've been letting them tend to themselves. Well, our one nurse, I don't know what happened yet. I haven't found out, but I guess she's in the hospital. So she called off for tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. So now I've got to watch Tracy for the next 68 hours, straight through, and not looking forward to it, but I'll get her done. And then we figured out, because one nurse is only here for a couple days, the other nurse is here for like 4 days. Well, it turns out the nurse that's here 4 days is like the super nurse, so she's now the main nurse. So I told her today what she says is in charge. She's in charge. She's in control. So we've got all that figured out now. We got the placement order, and how everybody's going to work and everything else like that. So as far as Tracy, she hasn't been sick. She's been doing good. Both nurses are definitely keeping her more attention on her, very much more comfortable than I was making her. Because let's face it, at 24 hours a day, I'm getting 15-minute naps, 20-minute naps here and there all day long, and then I'm dragging ass all day. So they're giving her more attention and better care than I was. And, everybody came here, was like, oh my God, Tracy's so well taken care of. I love this room. I love how you take care of her. And they loved it. Well, now it's even better. The nurses are doing a great job. So I hope none of that changes. I hope everything stays the same. And I hope that our nurse that's in the hospital gets better. And I don't know what's wrong. Here's, all the prayers to you. So, that's the Tracy update. What's the drinking word? Every time you see Rich drink, of course, you got to drink.
Stream.
Gonna do the stream?
Yeah,
all right.
Talking about the stream.
Stream is the drinking word tonight.
Yes. So the mobile members live streams, I basically take my phone outside and I dock it. And when I'm sitting out there working, I just take you guys along. It's something extra for the members that I can do. And with the mobile streams on YouTube, it only allows me to go portrait. When I go landscape, it literally cuts the stream off and says, rotate your phone. It can't do. So I have to turn it back up, and that's the only way to do it. But if I do it from a laptop or a desktop, I can go ahead and I can do it on the desktop. You say I'm wrong, but it's physically...
Yeah, you're saying completely wrong, but that has to depend on a lot of things. Somebody's internet. Our Wi-Fi sucks here for some reason.
No. I can mobile stream just pump. He's talking about from this to this. Like right now, we are our landscape. You can view it on a big screen. I can go members only live stream and do it from a desktop just fine.
Right.
But when it is on mobile, you cannot go landscape.
And just to say something, when you say you're completely wrong, you're basically calling us a liar. Okay? We're doing the best that we can do. We tried it both ways, and this works easier. Okay? You tried it the other way, and it was choppy as can be. So it's either our phone network, which is T-Mobile, or it's our Wi-Fi if he's hooked up through that, one way or another. The only thing that works good here is this computer hooked up to the LAN. You know, it's a gigabyte network. So, you know, any other way, we've got terrible Wi-Fi out there. It's terrible. Who knows? We've tried every option, you know, to do everything. I've got 7 Wi-Fi extenders here.
Go ahead, send me a message on Facebook. I will try it. But every mobile streamer that you guys see, they're, you know, doing it on their phones. They are really hard wired in because they are mobile gaming. They're multicasting. So 99 times out of 100, they are not doing it from their cell phone. They are doing it hardwired in through professional cameras because they need the quality. Me, I'm trying to do it from a cell phone because I'm going from tank to tank to tank. And, you know, it's not easy dragging a laptop out there. I bought a, you know, several $100 wireless webcam. Tried it one week. It was freaking terrible. And I ended up returning it. I tried a few different options. You know, it was just hard. So, yeah, if you got a way, go ahead and show me. If it works, I will gladly eat my words and say thank you.
Because it would make things better.
All right, so back to what I was, you know, chomping at the bit before you made me stop. But that's all right. So going on these trips, you know, you got the tolls, the gas. It is really, really expensive. And, you know, I tried getting it to where we added on this adoption fee to where we can somewhat counteract that whole, you know, side of the ball. But that hasn't really been cutting it for us because if you think about it, a trip to, Columbus cost about $200.
I wouldn't say that much. Maybe $60 in gas, you know, $40 for lunch for the guys.
$50 there, $50 back, lunch.
Well, I was saying 60 there, but okay, 50 there and back, so that's
okay,
$100.
60 there, 60
and then $140 for lunch, so let's say $150 to Columbus and back.
Okay, so we did, that is an hour and a half, hour 45-minute drive. Reaper just did a rescue to Lima, Ohio, which is twice as far as Columbus.
No, it's only 2 hours from here.
It's about 3.
No. Only because there's no highway there. It's longer time getting there. It's Columbus is down here, Lima's right here. We're up here. So Lima's closer. But there's no highways. You have to take these like back roads where you're doing 35 miles an hour.
It's even worse gas mileage at that point. So what I'm getting at is that trip probably costed $300-400, and we got some Oscars to the home, some catfish, some pacu. I mean,
we definitely didn't make no money.
It definitely helped.
But that's what I do. That's what I do.
Just listen and wait. So, you know, we forked out $400 about to go on this trip to rescue these fish. Now my adoption fees, all the plecos are free. The pacus I can't rehome, so I give them out for free. The Oscars I charge $5 a piece for.
And they're, you know, usually big boys.
You know, the catfish.
I told you the prices that we're selling for are cheap. It's definitely worth it. So it ain't like he's charging $100 per Oscar. You can get it in the pet store cheaper. Yeah, but you're helping the rescue here. We ain't doing that route. You know?
But what I'm getting at is even at these, you know, adoption fees that we're charging, it's not even covering the gas.
I know.
It's bad, and you know, there's a lot of people. So this brings me into the idea that I want to kind of mold ourselves around. So Herps Alive has a great, I don't want to call it a structure.
Network of people.
So yes, they have people, hey, you're coming from Pittsburgh. We have this reptile there. Can you bring it? So I want to get into doing more of those things. Like I have a Fahaka puffer in Philadelphia right now that's about 16 inch. He wants to give us the tank and the Fahaka buffer, but that's a 8-9 hour drive there for a tank and a fajaka. But if I had someone...
Wait, where's it at?
In Philadelphia. It's about 2 hours from New York City. It's straight south.
Oh, yeah, Reaper can't pick that up. He's already on a 30-hour trip.
Yeah.
And they're going to try and do it straight through. But if not, they're going to stay at Mike Wynn's house for the night and then leave in the morning. So it ain't going to cost me more for a hotel room or nothing, which is all good. So I left that up to Reaper. I was like, well, you're the one on controlling this job. If you guys feel you need to sleep, then by all means, stay and sleep. You know, as long as they hook up an extension cord to the fish, because we're going to send them with an FX5 running on the blue tub there with water on the way.
Also, Ashley Smith brings up a great point, and that's also not counting the hours of prep time that we're not paid for.
Right.
Tubs,
we're not paid for our time at all.
The $20 tubs that get broken umpteen times on a rescue, the pumps that get left at people's houses, the nets, the stuff that gets broke. Like, there is a massive amount of investment that goes into these rescues that people don't really think about and think that we're just being greedy. But I'm just trying to be smart here and make it to where it's self-sustaining.
Just to hold these fish. Do you know what the water bill is? Do you know what the sewer bill is?
Well,
how about the gas and the electric? I mean, do you guys know what a $1,400 a month gas bill is? It's ridiculous.
But, you know, I can honestly say there is no other rescue on the face of this earth that does what we do, that goes as far as we do, has been in the business as long as we have. There's been other rescues that, you know, popped up. They did great things, but they are only available in certain areas. They're like, this is too much. We've been around for what, 5-6 years now? As an official nonprofit rescue, we've been rescuing fish forever. I mean, when I was 15, I drove to Seattle and picked up
Washington,
catfish.
Right above California.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a time, wasn't it? You drove there, and the truck broke down. You had to fix it. You get there.
So I got this new idea, this vision in my head, and it involves saltwater.
Wait a minute. This sounds like it's going to cost me.
It's not going to cost, but it could. I mean, it could cost you your life if you're not careful. But so I want to set up like an area, you know, the little salt area. Maybe do 1, 2, or 3 tanks for a species only tank. I want a blue ring octopus in one.
Oh, so you want certain fish?
It's going to be so rad.
Yeah.
It's a blue ring octopus in one. It literally gets maybe the size of a golf ball as an adult, and then it's tentacles. But
they're cool.
They can kill 26 adults with their venom. They are one of the most deadly fish on this planet. I want one.
How many fish have you been bitten by?
A lot.
And now you want a venomous fish?
Yeah. So I want the blue ring.
This kid just don't learn.
I want the blue ring octopus in one tank. I want a manna shrimp in the next tank.
Let's get a box jellyfish, and you can pet it.
The third one was a moon jelly tank. But tell me those are not the coolest 3 animals that you can possibly get, and I will take care of them because I want them. But I think that would bring so much depth and show people that we have freshwater. We can honestly do saltwater. We just don't like to because it's not in our, I say it's not in our wheelhouse, but we've had saltwater over the years. We've done it. It's just a lot more maintenance, and you know, you got to worry about a lot more things. Like when you're going through a reef tank and you're going through the sand, if you get something in and you put it in your tank and there happens to be this little tiny bristleworm that you don't know about and you got it from overseas and it happens to be a venomous little thing and you're going through spreading some sand and you get stung, you want to kill that little thing, right? It sucks. There's a lot more things.
I want to pet it and love it and take care of it and put it in a bigger tank.
There's a lot more things that you have to deal with salt. But, you know, 3 smaller tanks, I think it could be cool. And a, you know, not a box jellyfish, a blue ring octopus. They only live for, you know, 2 to 3 years in captivity at most. So you know, some of them live a lot less.
Okay. Can we get back to the rescue instead of fish that you want?
They're gonna be like, that is so cool. I can spread light because not box jelly.
You know,
got that name of
people like you is why I'm in business. I want this fish.
No, but I get it and I keep it and I educate the public.
No, you get stung and you be like, I want to kill it. And I'm like, no, I will find it a
I
home.
don't let myself get stung.
You didn't let yourself get bit any one time ever.
I got bit by an alligator guard because I was helping you. You said, "Oh, Josh, please just help me carry this 400-pound filter. It'll be fun," they said. And then
I didn't expect you to start dancing.
And then the damn alligator guard latches onto my foot. So fun.
This is Josh's foot. There's his leg coming up. He steps into the tank, and then the alligator guard puts one of his things on top and one on bottom and starts shaking his foot so viciously hard that I'm carrying this heavy-ass thing. And Josh is on the other side carrying the other side, and I am in the water. And then he gets one foot in the water, and he's doing this. I'm like, Josh, stop messing around, boy. This thing's heavy. Dad, I ain't messing around. This fish has got me. I'm like, bullshit, boy. Ain't no way a fish. And I look over, and I'll be damned if this 4-foot alligator guard wasn't shaking his foot back and forth like an alligator. I was like, holy shit. I was truly impressed. I was so proud of my boy because I would have been screaming like a girl, you know. He just sat there holding this thing and, you know, dancing, I thought. Finally, the fish lets go, and he continues carrying it and sets it down, and we set it up. And that was it. He gets out, and he's all bloody. He's got like 80 pinholes.
He doesn't even know what's going on yet. We set the filter down. I pull my foot up out of the water, set it on the side of the pond, and I'm like, starts leaking blood. He's like, holy shit!
He had on the top of his foot, let's say this is his foot and this is his leg going up. Right here on the front of his foot, he had like 80 marks in a big U, the shape of the alligator's car's mouth. And then he picked his foot up. Under his foot, he had 80 more pinholes of just blood dots everywhere.
Now, when I tell you,
he just got 160 hypodermic shots at the same time. And then with the needles implanted in your skin,
now,
it shook left and right.
All right, John Stride, $10. Says, if you guys had the choice, would you prefer a 10x3 or an 8x4 tank?
8x4.
Or silver
much
arowanas?
better.
I can't decide yet.
8x4. 8x4.
Hope you guys are doing good too. Yes, although both of them would probably be fine, the 8x4 would be better because when an arowana gets larger, their turning radius gets larger.
Larger, right. So as he gets bigger, he won't be able to turn around that 3-foot where he'll be turning around a lot easier in the 4-foot.
So no matter what fish you have,
hey, Skylar, come on out here.
It does not matter. The larger footprint will always be better.
Now, see, I like the 10-foot longs, the 20-foot longs, all that kind of stuff, because it's more visual, aesthetic pleasing for the person. The fish swim by. But, you know, you need the depth for big fish to turn around in. So it's better for the human because I love a big frontal area. It shows all the fish. It's better for the fish to have a wider footprint.
Yes. All right, let me catch up in this chat down here.
Lungfish, Life of Shiv says, any tips on keeping South American lungfish? And finally found them. I've been looking for a while.
Yeah, so South American lungfish are the smallest species, meaning the most slender. They're the most eel-like, but they're also probably the meanest. I've seen South American lungfish that have came up to the top of an acrylic tank, latched on, and actually busted through the acrylic. It was a half-inch thick acrylic. It was a 300-gallon. These things are no joke. Now imagine that these lungfish have big beaks, and if you get bit by them, you can lose a finger.
It's painful.
So you have to be careful.
The crushing force they have in their jaw is ridiculous, and you can definitely lose a finger.
Now I've had nice lungfish, and I've had lungfish that were freaking dicks.
They were what? He said freaking dicks.
So right now we have two West African and one African lung in the 750, and they all live peacefully. But I added in my albino Ethiopicus, and one went to Terran after him. I pulled out the albino. I've got the albino healed back up to 100%. Now I'm trying to put him back into a tank that he won't get messed up in. They didn't get his arms, which I'm thankful for that. They just got his back fin, which it grew right back out. But it took since the couple weeks after we got him till now for it to heal back out. This is the fastest I have ever healed a lungfish in my life. It has been, you know, pretty crazy. But he's probably going to go into the 600-gallon stingray tank after I take the armadas or the fly river turtle out, or the 1,000-gallon that is set up in the monster pond room. But even tonight, you don't even know this yet, I gotta go out there and drain the monster pond.
Why?
Because I made that patch in the wet of the back skimmer box, and there's still a small amount getting
I was going to mention that to you. I was outside and I saw wetness in the grass above the filter, above the bog area.
Yeah.
So there's still water getting out.
So I have to drain out the pond, suck that dry, let that dry overnight, then come in tomorrow, patch it and dry. But I've been watching the weather because at nighttime it's been, 66, 67. I didn't want to take that chance. But tonight into tomorrow, it's only getting down to like 75.
Right.
So I can have the heater off and filtration off all night and not be concerned about it.
Not be that bad, yeah.
Right. I mean.
So open up the drain on the 3,000 all the way. We can go ahead and siphon out of the pool and put it into the pond outside, basically replenishing water in it as it overflows the pond.
That is full to the tippy top.
Good. It'll replenish quickly.
You don't want to do that because you're introducing tropical bacteria into cold water fish, kind of two different immune systems. You can introduce something in there that can wipe out the entire pond.
No, you cannot. I've done it 100 times. You didn't know about it, but I've done it. Hell, for a month I had our tanks draining into that pond. Overflowing. So it's been done.
Tisk.
You're good.
Tisk, tisk.
Tisk. Oh, by the way, I was able to go, and I got to thank one of my old band members. His name's Buddy. Awesome guy. We had a great time in the band, for a long time. He was in Third Degree with us and stuff. And, we broke up, and I went and joined Ultraviolence and did all this stuff. Well, he worked at the, what do you call it? Not the License Bureau, the DMV. Title Bureau. And we had this title, and we had gone to, Medina Title Company.
He saved my ass the last time I was at
He saved me because of what your notary did. Okay?
Because of your mess
don't matter.
up.
No, it don't matter. He saved me. That is the point, okay? So now I go to take this title in, and boom, it's not going to go through. I told the lady that I do not know the past person. I don't know how to get back a hold of them again. They go, well, you need to get a hold of him to get a new title. I'm like, I can't. There's no way. She goes, then you're going to have to take it to court. I called Buddy. He works at the Title Bureau. He says, hey, bring it down. I'll make sure it's not, fraudulent or nothing. And if it's just a mistake, I can let that pass. Great. He saw it was just a simple mistake, but they crossed it out as the problem. You can't get the title through with that. He said, okay, this is a simple mistake. I can let this through. And he gave us the new title. Thank you, Buddy. You rock. You rock. So we got the bus title in my name now. And we're going to get, I was going to go tomorrow morning, but now that the nurse called off, I have to wait until Monday when the other nurse comes in. So we'll go Monday morning and get the plates for the bus. And also, we got the title for the boat done. We're going to go and get the registration for the boat, which gives you the sticker on the side that tells you you're good until whatever year. We're going to do that Monday. Then we can actually take the boat out.
Ice in the water before you get that boat out.
Monday, it will have its sticker, and we can go. I can go out there right now and start it right up. The thing's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm not denying the thing will start and run. I'm just saying. You've been telling me a long time that she won't be on the water.
Look, I'm trying, but I'm here with your mother. I cannot get out. You don't watch her for me. You don't come in and help me.
You don't ask me.
Okay, so point is, I'm stuck here. So I've got to do this on when I can. I went to do it, and then the title was all messed up.
I think we notarized that title like 5 weeks
can
ago.
You stop talking until that. No, not with that. If you can take over the live stream, I can do it.
I certainly can.
Ow, ow,
Whoa.
ow. Oh, ouch.
Would you like your cup, sir?
Not yet. Oh, I gotta bend over to do this. Ow. Okay.
So with the new live streams, we'll have the green screen back too.
Ooh.
Oh, you just want? You said ew?
You make the cup all sticky, put it in the other cup.
Yeah, well, it's good for the heart, all right? All right, let me get back to these comments. AZ says, my dad told me boats are holes in the water that you throw money into.
Yeah,
That is 100% true. You know, boat stands for bust out another 1,000.
Yeah, you can't forget, the happiest day in a boater's life is the day he bought the boat and the day he sells the boat. That's all in his old boat. I'm telling you, we've had boats for many years of you growing up, and we've always had fun on them. And I've always made money on every single boat. You know, I buy it for $1,500, I sell it for $25. I buy it for $3, I sell it for $4. And then we use it all summer. And we've had nothing but good experiences.
The boat is my dad's. But when my dad is done with it, he's going to sell it to Skylar. So that is that one. You are just lucky I didn't get my boat, because the boat that I wanted, it sold, and I was mad about it. So I had this beautiful boat. It was a 28-foot. It had an open bow up front. It had a mid cabin, and then it had, you know, the seating in the back. This thing was absolutely gorgeous. I seen it had trailer the boat. It was upkept, like it looked so nice. It was low mileage. This thing was absolutely beautiful. But the guy wanted like $28,000 for it, and I'm like, I can't do it. And he slowly dropped the price because nobody would buy it. You know, it went down to 27, 26, 25, 24. Because, you know, it was, you know, hard times in life. It got to a price where I'm like, I could buy it. And the day that I told Dad I'm going to go buy this boat tomorrow, I messaged the guy, and he freaking sold it the night before. I was so pissed. So I don't got my boat.
Yeah, and the last boat he bought, he got a great deal on a 2007 Bennington pontoon boat.
It was a Bentley.
It was Bennington.
It was a Bentley.
Bennington.
Bentley.
You're wrong.
$1,000. It was a Bentley.
How about $5? I'll bet you, because I've been looking up Benningtons ever since.
Because Bennington are mainstream, crap of the line. Bentleys are nice.
Crap of the line.
Bentleys are nice.
You had a Bennington.
I had a Bentley.
Here. Do you see this?
Here. I'm going to go to my profile and I'll show you it was a Bentley.
It was a Bennington Bentley.
It was a Bentley.
Anyway, he got a great deal on this thing. $6,000?
Yeah.
So he picks it up. This thing's beautiful with all this whole enclosed cabin on it and everything. I love this boat. And he goes and he sells it for $12,000, doubled his money. And the guy was ecstatic. He's like, you know, you could have got more out of this boat. And Josh is like, I know. But it was amazing. 2007. And what horsepower to have on it?
A 9.9. What was that say? Bentley?
Oh, you got to zoom in on that, son. Bennington.
No, it says Bentley.
Okay, he's right, Bentley. So anyways, so I've been looking for pontoon boats since. I want that boat. That is me. Let's take this thing out there. Let's go. We'll have a party boat. What I'm going to do, on the back of your pontoon boats, it has
so
a little...
you guys see, there goes the Bentley pontoon. It had a full bimini top. It had enclosed sides.
Oh, it came all the way from the front to the back enclosed. It was like a indoor. It was like a I don't know, a big what do you call that? A tent or something. It was beautiful. But anyways, so we went out on it and we cruised around all day and we had a blast. Well, here's my idea. On the back, there's a swim platform, sticks out like 3 foot. I can put 2 wedge-shaped things on there to hold a jet ski. And they have these cranes you sell that you can put in the back of your pickup truck. I can mount that, pick up the jet ski, put it right on the back of the boat. Take the boat with one trailer down, so you got your pontoon and your jet ski, down to the lake, and then you release it, you go out to where you want to hang out, you put down your anchor, you take the jet ski, you put it in the water, and boom. The jet ski does the water skis, the knee boards, the slalom skis, and even they have these little kites. And you can hook them up, and and then pull you and get you up off the ground, or even they have the wings and stuff. You can take you up off the ground and stuff. They have the pull along behind the boat things that go up in the air. It's like 4 people wide, and 1 person rides it, and the air catches it and goes way up. I want to do all this stuff. I want to have fun like that. And then you can make a upstairs onto your thing if you have a center. Well, I forget what you called, hardtop. Right over the cockpit, you can actually have, ladder going up to it, get on top of there and take your slide and slide down into the water. I want a pontoon boat. I've had all these, what do you call enclosed V's where they have the bedroom up front and stuff like that. I've had a bunch of them.
Hate them.
I tell you what, this boat we got out there now, Skylar was going to buy, she wanted to buy Will Starr's father's boat, and it was a 24 foot. But it had a Merc Cruiser 230 in it or something. And I had the last Bayliner that I had that had a 5.0 Merc Cruiser in it. And this thing was a dog, And it took forever to plane out. And then finally, once it planed off, I could do 50 miles an hour, 53, I think is the highest I went. And, pull skiers and all that kind of stuff. But I told her on a 24-foot boat, that's even bigger with half the motor. You don't want that, And I started looking, and I found this boat. I'm like, Skylar, wake up. She won't wake up. I go in the room, I'm shaking her. She won't wake up. Leave me alone. I'm like, okay, fine. So I contacted the dude, and I told him I'd buy it. And next morning, I show up, and I send Reaper over, and boom, I buy the boat. Well, Skylar wants it now. That's my new boat. I love this boat. It has a 454 inboard on it. This thing starts up, sounds like one of them cigarette boats. It's just sitting there, and it's a great boat. And then he just spent like $7,000 doing the whole interior on it. It's beautiful. So I told Skylar, because she wanted it so bad, and I was like, no, I bought it because you passed on it, you wouldn't wake up. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in my name, and then when I find the pontoon that I want, you can go ahead and buy it for the price I bought it for. I bought it because I could make money on it, and it was too good of a boat to pass on. So now she's got the money in the bank sitting there. She has money. I mean, she's got. Don't think Skylar's a scrub. She's got like. She's got money in the bank. She's got money on stock. She's got money in her bank. Her grandma, but she's got money, so she can afford it and buy it whenever she wants. So I told her she can have it as soon as I find my new pontoon. And in the meantime, I'd like to take it out the rest of the summer.
Dude, I found the ultimate pontoon.
Come on now.
It's got 600 horsepower.
Oh my God, $300,000. Stop telling me about
it. It's 120.
120,000.
You want this boat? It is so nice. If
I buy this boat, I have nothing left to give you when I die other than the boat.
I'm fine with it. It's made for ocean voyages. Tri-tune. It's stable. It can pull rafters, skiers, whatever you want. The whole 9 yards. This boat is freaking gorgeous, dude.
I can't spend that kind of money. I'd have to sell one of my houses to buy that boat. I mean, you don't need houses, right? When I go.
I mean, it's a nice boat.
Oh my God.
But But yeah, a not nice pontoon is usually like 30, 40 grand, and that's the market there. You might get an outlier for like 50 that's incredibly nice, but then it jumps up into the super rich class. You get the hundreds
Right.
or $300,000.
And I look at and they don't have prices on when I'm seeing them. And I'm like, oh, I want this one with the double thing and the and $330,000.
Automatic bimini top that goes up, comes down, toilet on your pontoon boat that automatically flushes and cleans itself.
I don't know where it goes, but it goes.
I wonder where.
Okay, so someone says, who's this? Barnhill says, Sebastian Simon. No. Who is this? I don't know. I lost it, but Skylar answers. I worked my ass off, guys, and saved up my money and invested.
So
well, it don't help that her grandmother's kind of rich and sent her some money, so she didn't do like a little girl would. I mean, she's 23 years old. She didn't go and waste it. She put it in the bank and she put it into her stocks, and she's growing her stocks now. Great.
Who's got more in stocks, her or me?
You do. But I'm impressed with her being only 23. You know what I'm saying? You're an old guy.
Thanks. So
you were raised right, and you know these things, okay?
What does that make you?
Oh, I'm
fucking
a dinosaur.
Ancient?
Yeah.
I came to the realization last night. I'm sitting in bed. I'm talking with Brittany, and I'm telling her about these comments that I got on TikTok, right? And I have a formula for every platform that's out there. Like, I've got Facebook dialed in, I've got TikTok dialed in, and I've been doing so much research, which I've got a bunch of videos to send you. Got to just read them and do it.
Do you remember about about a year ago, I was all into the channel, and I'm sending you places, watch this video, watch this. Well, now you're going through that because I'm tired.
Nothing like this. So you have to, there's a bunch of stuff we have to do. Like, that's great, and I want to get you back to that motive,
I got to get the nursing situation set up, After that, I can concentrate on something else.
In bed, on TikTok, it's easier for myself to go viral if I talk a little shit, There's a lot of people on there with like, oh, you suck, your tanks are small, you don't know shit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just on there like, yeah, your mom's a hoe, blah, blah, blah. I actually don't say that.
You said that? Don't say that. What the hell's wrong with you?
I didn't actually say it, but I'm trying to give them a laugh.
Oh,
but, I go on there and I just put people in their place. Like, you guys don't know a thing about what I do. I'm sitting here, I save thousands of fish from, death, and I give them a new home. It might not be the perfect home, but it's way bigger than where they came from, and where they go is a lot better than what they have. They're like, oh, release them in the wild, and I'm like, you know what? In some distant dream, that might be possible, but according to the federal regulations, that's highly illegal. You are not allowed to release a captive species. Think about Florida. Why is there such a problem in the canals in Florida? Because people like you release your fish.
And that's why predatory fins had to move out of Florida, because the state came in and shut down all these fish that are all now illegal.
Yeah. That
they can't sell nothing out of there. Stingrays, arapaima, alligator guards, all became illegal. Not to mention a bunch of other stuff. Mostly all cichlids, because people are releasing them in the canals. You can go to Florida and go fishing or swimming in any canal and catch big king kamp flower horns of all kinds of things you've never even seen before, because they're interbreeding and that kind of stuff. You go to Lake Ida in Florida, you can catch big clown knives. It's a big thing going on down there where their clown knives are ridiculous to catch.
And I caught, I went down to Florida, and we spent probably 10 days there, and we spent probably 6 of them fit fishing. I caught the biggest peacock bass, clown knife. I caught gar. I caught snakehead.
Oh yeah, snakeheads are all over down there.
Yeah.
And this is why the government is pushing so much, and why Rod from Predatory Fins had to move his company. They shut down and made all these illegal. In other words, if you catch them, you have to kill them.
Yeah.
You cannot release them back. But that don't matter. Have you seen how the plecos have taken over down there? Oh my
Crazy.
God, it's amazing. You go to a beach and there's no sand. It's all black bottom and it looks like it's moving. Them are all plecos side by side on the sand. It's ridiculous how much is down there.
So that brings me back to my argument. You know, I'm sitting in bed, I'm talking about, you know, life with Brittany, and she's like, I am terrified of what our daughter is going to be listening to and think that we think it is old. And I'm like, this brings me back to an argument I had on TikTok with some random chick. She's like, oh, you're Satan, blah, blah, blah.
You're Satan?
You should release your fish. And I try, you know, enlightening her. Like,
explaining.
this is the
This
law.
is why you cannot.
This is why
yeah.
I'm here.
You cannot
I do a
release these
great
fish.
thing.
Yeah.
You might hate
I'm
me,
doing something good
but
here.
at the same time, I'm helping.
Right.
So, like it or not, it's the law. And she's like, oh my God, you're the most millennial tone motherfucker that I've ever dealt with. And I'm like, how is that an insult? And I just think to myself, I'm like, am I old now?
Yeah, you are. I just told you so 20 minutes ago.
So it's like, you know, I used to think like the millennials were the last of a dying great breed, and everything after it was like downhill.
Oh, you are starting a big problem right now, son. Oh my God. What was my generation? The baby boomers.
The baby boomers.
That was the last of the great breeds, yes. Everything after that, no. That's going to start some shit right there.
Every generation on the planet will say, I'm the last of a great breed.
Hey,
you know?
hey. I ought to smack you, boy. I was the last generation that played in creeks. I was the last generation that sat outside and wasn't allowed indoors until the lights, when the lights came on, we better have our ass in the house. Period. You know why? Our parents sent us outside until the street lights came on.
Your generation is the one who said trades aren't it. Don't get into a trades position. Become an engineer, a doctor, you know, whatever. Like, get
and
educated.
you listened to me, and I got you through school, and then college, and now you're an engineer. Are you complaining?
I wish I didn't listen.
You're making good money. You're owning a home. You have a wife. You have a kid, and you're 28 years old. Come on, you had 2 brand new cars. You got. You've got life by the balls.
I have a great life, but I also know a carpenter that makes more money than I do. Yeah. The tradespeople.
They say that, okay? They say that because only carpenters are out there that are working 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, make more money than you.
The tradespeople.
And that's your brother. I know you're talking about.
The tradespeople at my work, because there is such a, you know.
Okay. Right now, yes, you may be right, because so many of these little shits, these entitled shits, don't want to work. So nobody's in trades. Now they're getting higher paid, and they're a necessity. So they're now in high demand.
$15 more an hour than I make. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but your job lets you be on salary. And if you have to take off half the day to go do something, you still get paid for that day. And you take off and go do that.
Comes out of my vacation time.
They don't get vacation time. The construction workers. No, they do not.
It's a city policy. If you work for the city of Cleveland, whether you're
City of Cleveland, yes.
A carpenter,
I'm talking like your brother. He's a carpenter. He don't get no paid vacation. He don't get no, none of that.
But you know what I'm talking about? You know, benefits through the city. Everyone's like, oh, you got to think about your benefits package. You get a retirement.
Can we talk about fish?
They are loving this conversation. You get a retirement.
How do you know? You guys aren't loving this conversation.
Because we're fighting.
The last thing on there is, how's Tracy doing? Come on.
No. You got to hit the arrow button. Bam.
Okay.
Josh's generation does cry and complain about everything.
Do you hear him crying and complaining?
Rusty, I thought we were friends. I don't like you no more.
Oh my God.
I'm the one who cries and complains about everything.
Everything. Oh my God.
Yet
so
I get
much.
shit done.
I get shit done.
I bust my ass every day.
And you barely get nothing done.
Because you don't help me.
I get shit done and you don't help me.
Bullshit.
What the hell?
If I don't get shit done, then the world is doomed. Because
see, I like this. Ashley Smith says, hey, it just means you raised him to be better than you had, which means you were a great dad. Boom! Who's a good daddy?
Boom, shakalaka.
Who's a good daddy? Come on, I'm waiting for an answer.
But I'm a daddy.
Who's a good daddy?
I am.
No, I am. Who's a good grandpa?
All right, backyard boats, $2. Josh is right. Millennials are better. Shit, when was Skylar born? You're not a millennial. Get out of here.
She's 23 years old.
You are Gen Z. Get out of here.
Gen Z? Oh, that's horrible. I wouldn't want to be known as that. I'm starting shit.
I wouldn't want to be known as a baby boomer.
Why? We got shit done. And we did it all without cell phones, walkie-talkies, beepers,
you guys
pagers,
came out
phones.
here, screwed everything like jackrabbits, and screwed the pooch.
we did do that.
The reason we have a problem now is because we've got 7 billion people in the world, not the resources.
That's not our problem. The 60s.
Said the baby boomers.
The 60s had a whole lot more sex than we had. There was free love back then, baby, in the 60s.
Yeah, so having 18 children was not a problem.
That was my grandmother, had 19 children. I had 3. I had 3. Okay, I had 3 kids. All right? I didn't have 19. My grandmother had 19.
So you're making my case for me.
No, it wasn't the baby boomers that had the 19 kids. It was the ancient fuckers before
you know
that.
How big the generation of baby boomers is? Like, it has the largest gap of years.
No.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
You know what also happened when everybody was having free love?
You can't go through this.
I know, AIDS. AIDS happened.
Oh, no, not in the 60s. No.
In the 70s.
No, the 80s was AIDS.
Okay, whatever.
Hey, Jerry, you told me you were at Woodstock. Do you have AIDS?
Dude, Woodstock was the largest gathering of non-violent people together. Everybody was there. It was just flower child, power, love, peace, love, everything. And it was a great concert, Went on for days. And there's never been nothing like it since. How many concerts have you been to where there's fights and,
A shit ton.
a shit ton, right?
Until recent years, it's all been peace, love, and happiness. And bass.
And drugs.
We don't talk about that. That's why everyone's happy. Let me get back to this chat. Backyard Bo says Josh is right. The trades are
look at
making more
this.
now. But you see, I have my daily job as a structural engineer, and then I go and I work a trade in the evening. I have all my rental properties, help my brother on jobs, and I do the fish rescue on top of that.
You're a good man. You work hard.
I work
Okay,
from
this
sun
is
up to
why you
sundown.
get ahead. Other people sit there, play their video games, and I can't find a job. Okay? So you get ahead because of the way you were raised and how you do. And that's exactly what I told you. In your younger years, keep doing that. You remember I had, 17 jobs. I laid carpet during the middle of the night. I was able to go and open up any house because I had the lockbox combinations. I could lay the carpet. You kids slept on the carpet. I laid the carpet all night. I got you home before school. You guys went off to school. I, went ahead and I worked during the daytime. And then I also, fixed everybody's cars in the neighborhood. And then I also worked as a bouncer at night. Then I was in a band and played out 3 times a weekend, or a week. And any way I can make money, I make money.
Yeah.
To where that's what you need to do to get ahead. Period. Nobody can have one job and make it anymore. I was doing this a long time ago.
Yep. All right. Rick.
And by spending frugally, I bought every house I could find under 20,000, and then me and you kids went in and fixed it. I mean, there was some basket case houses we bought.
That's not a thing anymore. Which
oh yeah, it is.
Next month I close on another house right there on Howe, and then we got to go and do a full renovation on it. He came in, he did the plumbing, the electric, and the HVAC is all new. I got to go in there, do all the drywall, the flooring. I got to put a new kitchen in. Got to remodel the upstairs. Got to put in a second bathroom, and do all this. The longer I draw it out.
Where did you learn to do all this?
TikTok.
Working with me. No, working with me in all my rentals that I bought and worked with you kids. Stop it. I'm going to smack you, boy. These kids worked on everything with me. I never had a babysitter. Never once. These kids have never had a babysitter. They were always with me. I took them to work with me. I built houses together. We did things. We built that car. We did everything together as a family. I never had a babysitter for them. They learned what I was doing by following. It used to be, okay, one time, listen to this. This is rough. Middle of winter. I don't know if it was your car, your mom's car, somebody's car. The tranny was broken.
It was your car.
My car? Okay. The tranny blew up. Now,
in this damn Asian foreign car, it was terrible. It was not an A-frame. It was a K-frame. It was terrible.
Now, I go out there. There's a foot of snow. I'm about 10, 15 feet away from the garage. I get in my coveralls and I go out there and I start unbolting this thing. I got to change this transmission. Now, it took me an hour and a half, and I got this car with a blown transmission because we had no car. I bought the tranny from a junkyard. Hour and a half later, I had this car up and running with a new tranny in. These kids just stood there and ran from the garage and back, got me tools, okay? And I'm just under there. I'm cussing it out. You son of a bitch. And I'm unbolting things. And I get the thing out. And I carry the transmission. I get the new one. I put it on there. Take off all the parts that were left on it. Put it up into place. I get it going in the snow. I finally get this thing up. And it's running. We're back to where we were before. Hour and a half goes by. That's how I used to work. I can't do that now. My back hurts so bad. And I can't bend over. Now I'm the one that grabs the tools for the kids. They do the work.
And not very fast.
Hey.
All right, we got Richard Slumkowski. Says, Josh, is it beneficiary to the rescue if we watch all the commercials in full instead of skipping forward as soon as we can? So, yes, that is more beneficial, but that wastes a lot of the time. What you guys can do to help us more in a short amount of time is comment on every video, like every video, comment to other people. That will
share the video once, 10 times.
But on YouTube, that's hard because you don't have a wall to share it to. It goes out to all of your friends.
Right, but you can go to your Facebook page and share it to everybody.
Possibly, yeah.
And that helps us out.
But yes, if you comment and comment to other comments, no matter if you just go on there, comment an emoji of a fish, that is still a comment and a like. You like the video. When we start, getting more engagement, it goes out to new viewers, which helps us more.
That's what we need.
We grow, and we are able to run this thing even longer than we have been now.
Oh, you don't know, guys. Now you'll understand me. On one point, I'm tired. I don't want to do this no more. I'm busting my butt every single day, and I'm doing this thing with Tracy, and I'm busting my butt doing that. I'm going to be 60 here in September. I'm tired. I'm hurting. My body's sore. I got this back problems. It's just I would rather take it easy and just enjoy my life than to be running this. But then on the other hand, I care so much about this, I can't stop. You know, I got to keep going. I got to keep running. You know, I got to keep it going. So you know, it's just rough for me. I don't know. If we started the YouTube page to help cover the cost of the rescue, now that YouTube's gone downhill so much, we you know, I'm down paying $900 a month to keep the rescue alive out of my house's money. You know, I got properties, so I'm able to still cover my bills, and I'm still paying for the rescue. But it would just be so much nicer if I could build up the YouTube to where it's making more money. You know, I don't want to ask. I don't want to be them people that, you know, please help us in our plight. To, you know, please donate. I don't want to do that. I don't feel anybody should donate if you're not, you know, part of this. You know, if you're part of this, go ahead and donate, and let's get her done, and let's build this. But I don't want to be begging people for money. You know, I hate that. That's why I wanted the YouTube thing came in great, and it covered the cost, and everything was great. Everything was good. And now with them changing the YouTube, and we're back down to only making 1.9 thousand this month. It was yesterday. I was like, oh my God, that's the lowest we've been in months.
Be about 2.1 when we're done. But AZ Fish Room, $20 says comment and share. By the way, Big Rich, where the hell is our bitchin' kitchen?
Okay, I owe our sweetheart, okay, and her husband a bitchin' kitchen episode. I owe
Yes,
them.
you do.
We've been so busy with this whole nurse change and all this stuff, and then with how many problems have we had out there where, you know, everything's leaking, and we're just doing so much. I haven't gotten to it. You know, that's more like, in your free time, can you do this? You know what I'm saying? What free time do we have? That's my problem. You know, I'm trying to sleep and catch up with sleep and doing all that, and it's hard. Doing the millionaire bacon, that was going to be my thing, was to show everybody how to do millionaire bacon, because it's so good. You know, and you know, I've got a bunch of recipes. I actually busted out recipes from, you know, bringing you kids up. Remember we used to do the hamburger helper? I forget what I called it. It was
Jim says, any idea what time we leave on Wednesday?
yeah, early, Jim. I forget, a hamburger macaroni. I forget what we called it, but you know, like we made the tuna fish mixed with the macaroni and cheese with the shells, and then peas was called hamburger or tuna hell, and you guys love that, you know. I got a bunch of them recipes, you know. Do you remember the standing rib roast? Or wait, what about the creamy chicken noodle soup with what do you call that? Dumplings. That was so good. I love that.
I'm telling you, Brittany makes some fucking awesome chicken and the dumplings. Oh my goodness. So me and her are so polar opposite. It's insane. I came home and she's like, I messed up the chicken and dumplings. I hate it. I ate it. I'm like, this is the best thing ever. Like, I love it. And then she'll make something. She's like, I think it's so good. And I'm like, I don't like it.
Right.
So, like, we're so polar opposite on everything. Like, hot, cold, you know, black, white, no matter what it is. But it works out. But no, I told her she made the best chicken and dumplings.
What was good about it?
Everything. The dumplings, the chicken flavor, the consistency, everything.
Here's mine. I got the consistency of the thickness of, you know, creamy chicken and dumplings. The chicken, the peas, the carrots, all that is great. That's really thick. You know, I got that. That's no problem. It's the dumplings I have problems with. I've never been able to make dumplings as good as Grandma Price. Well, she had 19 kids. She had to know how to cook, you know. But I've tried.
I've had the dumplings, and I've had Brittany's, and I've known this problem for a long time. And I asked Brittany, I'm like, how do you make your dumplings? And they're so damn easy and so good.
No way.
Yeah.
What's she making with?
I'll have her come over and show you, because I'm not going to lie and tell you I know, because I don't.
Brittany, your ass is coming over here showing me dumplings. I love dumplings. Twin Peaks has good billionaire bacon. I don't know who that is. Is that a restaurant or something? Okay. Ashley Smith says, I don't like soup foods. Yeah, I know I'm weird. Here's the difference. My soup foods are a really thick, rich, gumbo, meaty. It's not like soup. It's like all this good food with a little bit of creaminess around it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not soup, actually.
Yeah, Ashley Smith says you're married, Josh. You better say your wife's is better. LOL. But the one thing,
No, he wouldn't lie. He wouldn't.
one thing my wife knows is I'm brutally honest. If I don't like something, I say it. Like, there's been times that she tried this new recipe and she thought it was so good, and I came home and I'm like, that tastes like shit. I'm sorry. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I hurt your feelings. Like, I'm so brutally honest. I'm like,
That's the way I raised you.
I tell her, I'm like,
and that's
don't
a reason.
ask a question you don't want an
Right.
answer
That's
for.
the reason people get mad at me sometimes is because I'm too honest and I'm too direct. I can't remember the fact that, you know, I just tell the truth and then I hurt people's feelings all the time. You know, and I'm sorry for that.
But like, I get it from him. Add in a big bowl of Savage, and that's me.
He's much more savage than me. I'm a lot nicer.
Oh, AZ Fish Room, $5 says, wouldn't know if your cooking's good. No bitchin' kitchens, just saying.
I love you, AZ. You're the greatest. You and your wife are awesome. Can you guys please just travel out here and I will cook for you for the weekend? Please, just come out here. As a matter of fact, I'll pay for your plane tickets if you come out here and stay the weekend. I will cook for you.
Just saying, I came to Chicago. We were supposed to, you know, have dinner with AZ and Brittany.
That fell through.
They got sick.
When I went to Chicago, they had dinner for me. They just like me more. I love those guys. They're awesome. I tell you what, you know, have you ever looked at somebody and been like, you guys are a great couple? That's AZ and his wife. Brittany and AZ are amazing. They're just the epitome of a great couple. You know what I'm saying? They remind me of me and Tracy. And, you know, I don't know. It's just, I love them to death.
All right, guys, let's get a few more questions in the chat.
Wait, let me ask this. Do you guys want some after hours with Skylar? Because we haven't had that lately. Do you guys want after hours with Skylar, or should I just end the...
AZ said Josh was there, Big Rich. When me and you got dinner with AZ
Right,
and
but when
Brittany.
you went back by yourself, they didn't give you dinner.
See, but the thing was...
You know what the difference was?
He planned this whole thing. He planned this whole thing. He's like, oh, show up at this restaurant, show up at that restaurant. But what he didn't know is we weren't going to that restaurant. I was going to take him to, you know, the bar down the road and like, we're not
Buying
eating.
them dinner?
We're drinking. Then we're eating.
Okay. Yeah, you guys missed out on that one. Jim Sheasley comes in with $10. Thank you, Jim. You're awesome, brother. As far as I know, the whole trip with Reaper leaving, I think he wants to leave as early as possible. So everybody be here at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And
6.
Well, we'll be up, you know. And we'll load up the truck and all that stuff. So if they leave by 8, they're on their way. You know. All I can say is call Reaper and ask him.
Yes. After hours, I'm taking it.
I guess, maybe. Uh-oh. OBG Foster says after hours. Raheem says thumbs up. Doom Thigh says after hours with Skylar. Kobe Young says after hours with Skylar. Bob Taylor put up $20. You know, ooh, maybe we need some after hours. Hey, Skylar, you want to be on the live stream?
Just saying, AZ, you know, we had a fun couple of days in Chicago. But, you know, Brittany was the sober one. She was willing to drive. She wanted to have fun. So, you know.
Oh, no.
We were going to take you and your delightful wife out for some drinks. Even though it might have been like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It don't matter. You guys can get an Uber home. And I would have had a ride home. We would have been great, but it would have been fun. But they got some food poisoning. They weren't feeling great. So it's all right. There's always next time.
We have Skylar here.
Love Emma says after hours with Josh.
Oh, you don't stay. You don't stay. You leave. Okay, listen. Let me ask you guys this. This is one big thing I forgot to ask. Oh, geez. What was it? I hate when I do that. I had an important thing, and I'm going to ask, and I needed a poll. I needed people's, responses on that. Dang it. I'm sorry, guys. I can't remember. All right.
Boo. Boo.
Okay, Blake Adams says, after hours, Rich needs another pour. Here's the problem. I can't. I'm almost done with my third drink, and I cannot. I now have to watch Tracy for the next 68 hours straight through. So I can't get drunk. I cannot pass out. I just can't. So I'm sorry, guys.
All right, guys. It is 7:30. I do have to get going, but Skylar will take over. I have to go out back, drain the pond, make my situation feasible for tomorrow. Tomorrow I am going up to my rental house.
Skylar.
Yeah.
Can you run and ask Jerry if he wants to be on the after hours?
Yeah. Can I
Thank
see
you.
him?
Yeah, you can text him.
So after, he has his rental properties. I have my rental properties. I got a call the other day.
I have more.
For now.
His are more expensive. I bought every $20,000, $30,000 house on our street. You know what I'm saying? I thought I'd own the whole neighborhood. I was trumping the hood. And me and these kids, we built these houses from $20,000 houses. They're worth $100,000 now. You know, they're great houses.
Hey, do you want to be on After Hours?
And so, but now he's out here in Strongsville, so he's buying houses at like $200,000 house. You know, he's going in and revamping them up to and charging double the rent that I'm charging.
Jerry
So-
said no.
Three times.
3 times. Well, you know what? A father's greatest ambition in life is to make his kids grow up and be smarter and better than him. Okay? Now, you will have your properties that you can rely on your money coming in. You have your job, you can rely on your money coming in, and then you have once I'm gone, you're going to own all this too. So you can choose what you want. Sell everything and sit here like a king on a big throne.
I'm going to eat.
Don't move nothing.
Bonbons, and
Have girls fanning you, a girl feeding you grapes, everybody's in bikinis. I get it. Your wife won't get it, but I get it.
All right, yeah. So yeah, I got a call the other night after the storm that ceiling fell down. Went in there, discovered a bit bigger problem. So I went there today, right before the stream. We had to jack up the main beam of the house, get it supported. Now that is fixed, we are now fixing the upstairs roof and the ceiling.
That's how we bought the shop. The whole roof had caved in, and the beam broke from the snow structure.
Yeah.
And me and you went there every single day and jacked it up about 4 inches. Every day we bring this roof up more, and it joined back together. We ended up taking off 2x12s and then putting on longer ones, and then taking off, and we made this split, this whole thing, with different size wood, and made the roof hold up. And then we put a new center post on it, and next thing you know, this shop we bought for $16,000, I'm getting $850 a month for it.
See, but at the same time, that was fixed by a knowledgeable engineer and someone who knew what the fuck
You
they
weren't
were
an
doing.
engineer then. I
Yeah,
was
I
the one
was.
that. No, you wasn't. This was like 10 years ago, son. You haven't been out of college 10 years. Okay, you were just a little pup going to school. I was
remember
telling
when
you what
bought
needed to do.
that thing.
Right. And now
And
you know
jacked
what?
up the roof and fixed the front wall and fixed the roof.
Yeah, we rigged a bunch of stuff on it. I used a pond liner for the whole roof.
Yeah, it looks like shit.
No, you can't tell from down bottom, but up
Yes,
top,
you can.
no, you can't. Stop it. Stop it. I used a pond liner and made it not leak. So I'm getting $850 a month out of this shop, and I don't have to do nothing. Okay, it's paid for itself twice over. You know what I'm saying? You can take all my properties when I'm gone, put money into them, and charge more.
Yeah. So property I'm talking about now.
What do you call that? Somebody is like so money hungry. What was that?
Greedy.
You greedy son bitch.
See, but this thing that, you know, when I bought this house, neither did the homeowner nor the inspector catch it. And now I seen this main beam fall down, you know, the ceiling fell. And she came in, she's like, this has been this way for the last 14 years, and it's been slowly falling. And I've went through 7 landlords, and you're the first one who's fixed it. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm like, when I leave here, your floor is going to be fixed, your wall's going to be fixed, your ceiling's going to be painted. And I'm
But
like,
your rent is going up.
no,
I know
it the
you.
same.
You
I
kept it the same?
But at some point, there has to come a time that she has to leave, and I'm going to renovate the entire house, and the rent's going to go up by threefold.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm going to, at that point, invest like 30, 40 grand in this house.
Right. Well,
And
all
then-
those houses I bought for 20, 30 grand are now 70 and 90 grand.
Let's put this into perspective. I bought that house for $45,000. Okay, the house next door, which is less square foot, sold for $180,000 last year.
Nice. So somebody raised you right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I went in there last year. I did a brand new water tank, a front furnace, redid the HVAC, and she was like, "Oh my God!" Like,
Do you have an AC guy? I am so
Yeah.
tired of this problem. I spent all that money putting in a brand new AC. The old AC did a better job. This is 1 ton better and 1 seer better.
yeah.
And
But the problem is the
no,
AC that
no.
you have, you can't put a bit bigger motor.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You take out that motor that tops out at 1750 and put back in a 3500 RPM motor, and it will run it. Period. That's all I need, because
Then your
the last
AC might last, instead of 15 years, it might last 5 years at this speed.
Why?
Because
You mean the motor? I can replace a motor every 5 years.
Not the motor. I'm talking about the outside. For one, the A-frame on top. You've got the condenser outside.
Look,
You're making it.
the
do
A-frame
things
and the
it's not designed to
condenser
do.
was better than the last one I had. Okay?
I agree.
The A-frame I had was for a 12 seer, 3-ton air conditioning.
Yeah.
I put in a 13 seer, 4-ton air conditioner. I'm thinking I'm going to upgrade it. The last one spun at 3,500 or 3,400 RPM, and these vents pumped out air. You stand on these vents now and you barely feel any air coming out. Okay? It's worse than my old air conditioning. I thought I was upgrading. It's worse, and I hate it. I spent all that money, got a brand new air conditioner here last year, and now it's worse. This is the first summer we've gone through it, and it's horrible. It's horrible.
You're going to put a motor that the motherboard is not designed to, and it's going to work extra. You might be able to wire it in to where it works.
Okay,
But
I
it's going
don't
to be-
care. What I want is, I was comfortable with the last one, and I'm thinking I'm going to be better with the new one.
I do have an AC guy.
Okay, I want
The
to
new
be comfortable.
AC guy might not tell you that what you installed is correct for what you want.
I'm telling you, it's 86 degrees outside today. It was 77 in the house today. Now, Tracy deserves to be comfortable. I don't care if I have to replace it every 3-5 years.
So
I want to be comfortable.
So let's put this also into perspective. Any great air conditioning system, from the outside temperature to the inside, if you have top of the line, you get 10 degrees colder than outside, and that's considered a great AC. And what you just told me is there.
My old AC was better. I replaced it with a more efficient and higher rated AC unit, and it's worse. I was mad because our old AC would sometimes get up to 74, 75. I'm getting up to 78 degrees in this house with the AC on full blast, non-stop running. That's wrong. Why did I spend $3,500? I wanted to be more comfortable.
Because you should have spent about 12 grand.
Why would I spend 12 grand?
So I just got an AC quote on my house for $14,000.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Now, granted, the prices went up a little bit, but the guy who installed yours, I know who it is. It was Ross. He shouldn't have installed. What would he have installed?
It was 1 SEER bigger and 1 ton better than my last AC, but the fan is only spinning at 1,700 instead of 3,400.
I guarantee you, there's a few factors in that equation that he did not account for, and because even the condenser outside,
I'm wiping sweat off my
is
forehead
half
right
the
now.
size. The condenser outside was half the size.
It's about the same size.
The other one was about 18 inches taller, and it was a little bit wider. And the amount of air that came out of that thing was ridiculous. I remember walking on the side of that house, and you were blasted in the face. Now I can walk up onto the machine, and it's fine. But I don't know.
Rich,
I do
What?
have an AC guy,
I
though.
think you're just
I
going
can get
through
you in
menopause.
contact.
I'm not going
Oh,
through menopause.
menopause.
Because I sleep
She
with...
called it menopause.
Yeah.
All
Because
right,
I sleep with...
I've got to go. I gotta go.
Wait, unfiltered fish keeper, $10 for rebuilding the final drive on my Valkyrie. I need a big rich bike story while I work on this Harley Superior bike. I will give you
Thanks,
a nice
I gotta
nice
go
story.
bring this pond. Sit here,
Hey,
guys.
get out of my house with your shoes.
Well, I gotta walk this way then.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's connected. Walk around. Walk around. You can come in the side.
Traffic.
I haven't given him a whooping in years. Actually, I've never given him a whooping. That was my first whipping I gave you, Josh.
That was my nutsack. Thank you very much.
Still a whooping.
You know what? Shaquille
I'm
O'Neal.
old, right?
Shaquille O'Neal whipped you first.
Right? I'm old, right?
Yeah.
Rich, no, I think you're going through menopause. Because I sleep with like 3 blankets on every single night.
What are you doing?
Can't get me.
Menopause or not, that register right there tells you it's 78 degrees in here when it's 84 outside.
It's 71 in here.
No, that's what
Oh,
it's set
77.
for. 77, yeah, there you
How
go.
come I'm still freezing?
It's 77 degrees in here. You're a freeze baby.
No,
You're
I like the
you're
cold.
an abnormality to mankind. That's what you
I
are.
think you are. Because
No.
with your menopause and everything.
No.
going on.
All right, let me see what else is next. Reaper says, no, not her again.
I know, I saw that one. Reaper.
That was your best friend when you moved in here.
He was my best friend. You know, past tense best friend.
Oh my goodness.
Not anymore. Reaper's betrayed me. He's betrayed me one too many times.
Betrayed you? What did he betray you with?
I used to do rescues with Reaper, you know, I used to come here and hang out with him, and now it just seems like he just wants nothing to do with me.
Even today, when I had my little powwow, I sat down Reaper, I sat down, who else was here?
Reaper, Kathy, Jerry?
Jerry. I sat down Reaper and Jerry. We're talking to them about this fish thing coming up, and you come into the room and you like take over the conversation, and then you know you were interrupting me and you were talking, and I'm like, Skylar,
I just left.
I was having a conversation with Reaper, and now I'm doing nothing but talking to you. Can you go and go on with your life?
Well, you weren't stating the main facts, things that needed to be said, so he could get the whole story. You were forgetting a lot of details there.
I have lived for 59 years and ran my life just fine without you. Okay?
Yeah, but missing out on a lot of details.
No. My life was ran just fine. I've raised my kids good, and you even said you're jealous of the way my kids were raised.
But you were telling a story, and you were missing out on important
I
details.
didn't get to them yet.
You
And
never
you're
got to
you're
them.
interrupting and trying to tell me things. You're running the show. So I end up talking to you more than my set up conversation I had with Reaper that I have to do. We're going to do these I have this combo I have to do with Reaper every other day. This is our plans, this is what we're going ahead with the future, and you're taking over the conversation. I had to ask you to stop.
You want to know why I know that's not true? Because the first...
Oh, it's definitely true,
No.
because as soon as you left, Reaper was like, thank God. I was going to tell her. She just non-stops interrupts you.
Well, no. You want to know why? 'Cause
Tell her, Reap. Tell her.
the first story you told, you missed out half of the important information that was vital to the
That's
story.
what you think.
No, you did, because I didn't hear any of it until you moved on to the next one.
All I know is I've ran my life for 59 years before you. I have not made as near as much money as your parents have, and am doing fine in life, okay?
I'll let you be forgetful.
Let me have my conversations with my...
I'll let you be forgetful.
Okay, because you come in and take over all the time, and it's horrible.
I'll let you be forgetful.
Dreamerlin says, escape the chains.
No, that's his name. He said
Who is it?
LOL. That's his name.
Huh. Escape the chains.
No, he said LOL.
No.
That's his name, Rich.
No.
Yes.
You stop it.
Look. You can see it better on my phone.
I can't see any of that.
Yeah, he said LOL. That's his whole name.
Whatever. Whatever makes yourself feel better.
Whatever makes you feel better.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see Reaper on the peace pipe. Amoxicillin says, who is she?
I don't know. Who am I?
She is a...
I live here.
She was a... she came out here with her boyfriend for a couple of years and helped out, just as a... what do you call it?
Volunteer.
A volunteer. And then, her and her boyfriend broke up and she moved in with her mother, and that didn't work out, so she moved in here. And now, at first, oh my God, the first 6 months, I thought I had another daughter that just wouldn't listen, and it was horrible. Now,
Another daughter?
yeah. Another kid, I mean, But now, you're actually doing a lot around here, and you're helping out a lot.
Yeah, I don't have
I'm
any
giving
time
you
for
props.
myself.
Neither do I.
Shannon Johnson says she's a prisoner of war.
Do you feel like a prisoner around here?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
You can take your boat and go anytime you want. You don't have to be here. No one tells you to stay here.
I have to get my chores done.
Your chores it takes minutes a day. Minutes. Wipe the counter. Boom. 5 minutes.
Do all the dishes multiple times a day.
No, I didn't
Clean
tell
up
you
the
to do it
kitchen.
multiple times a day. I said one time a day.
It gets too crowded. Do the kitchen.
No. You
Take care of my
choose
fish.
to do it that way.
Take care of
Take
the
care of your
tortoises.
fish is not my problem.
Take care of my room. Take care of the
The
bathrooms.
tortoises take 5 minutes to take them
Take
out some
care of the
food.
bird.
The bird takes 5
Make sure
minutes.
the tortoises are taken outside and brought back in. Make sure it's
You
not
never
raining.
do that.
So take care of my room. Take care of the guest room. Make sure everything's vacuumed. The list goes on and on.
No, it does not go on and on. That is the list. Make sure things are vacuumed. You only vacuum. Kathy does the front room. The nurses does the living room. You do your bedroom and my bedroom. That's it.
And the guest room.
Once a week.
Still.
You make it sound like it's so hard.
And then I accompany you on your journeys. So you
If
don't
we
drive
go out
alone.
and do running around, yes, of course. You don't need to be there. You can take your boat and go. Don't blame me for this. You can
I'm
go.
not blaming you. I'm just saying a little bit of a prisoner.
You're not a prisoner. I'm a prisoner.
You are a
I
prisoner.
can't leave.
Oh, I help you out with Tracy too sometimes. I help you watch over her.
You do help with her. Have a drink. Make it light. Chantel Bell, I'm with you. I'm going to leave that comment, covered, but I'm with you. Charlene Hannah says, Skylar, are you okay? You look really pale and down. She put makeup on to come online. She don't normally look like this. She never wears makeup. Terry Grimwood says he can bring the van up and get that boat in the water. She has her own car. She has a Toyota. What's your car?
It's a Nissan Pathfinder. It's broken.
Nissan Pathfinder that she can. It's 10,000 pound hitch on it.
7,000 and it's broken.
I have a 10,000 pound on the van.
Yeah, but it's not rated for that.
Yes, the hitch is rated for that.
The hitch is, not the van.
I don't care. So what? I have a 10,000 pound Reese hitch on the van.
All I know is my car's broken.
How is your car broken?
It's got
It
the
drives
check
fine.
engine sign on.
Because a check engine thing, come on.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There's nothing wrong with your car. It starts
It
and
caught
runs
on
fine.
fire last year.
You have oil leaking out of your valve covers and it goes onto the exhaust.
And you're like, what's wrong with your van? Oh, you have oil leaking out of it.
Ugh. Such a small amount. All she needs is a $7 valve covered gasket. I drove the van for days and there's nothing wrong with it. It drives fine.
It's not a van, my SUV.
Or SUV, whatever.
I don't want you to. Can't stoop to that level, Rich.
What level?
Calling my SUV a van.
Dude, it's your car and there's nothing wrong with it. A $7 valve cover gasket stops the fact that your thing caught on fire for a second.
Well,
It's oil dripping on exhaust.
I still
Okay.
will. I have that gift card. If you could find it for $7, get it. I have that gift card for the auto store.
Go to the store and buy it and I'll put it on. It's
Okay.
not a big deal.
Sounds good with me. And then remember, the windows don't work on it. The AC.
No, the
doesn't work.
window works fine.
It just,
I drove the car for like a week.
What'd you call it?
Shish. I drove the car for like a week, and one time I pull up to the bank and the window wouldn't roll down. I had to jar the button a couple of times, and then it started working. So it's not that it don't work. It works fine. It's just a bad connection on the switch.
Wait. No, what'd you say it was? You said it was not needy. You used one word to describe my car. I needed care or something.
Just needs a little TLC.
Yeah,
Change the air filter, put a valve cover gasket on, and you're fine. That's it. You're acting like my car is screwed up. I can't drive it. It catches on fire. You know, it's.
It does.
I drove it for a week. It did not catch on fire.
Yeah, but it caught on fire. When I told my boat, it catches on fire. Smoke.
Because you were burning the shit out of that motor, and then hot oil came out of the exhaust, or it came out of the valve cover and dripped onto the burning hot exhaust.
Can we just come to the conclusion I need a truck and the SUV's
You don't.
gonna
You
go?
just need $12 in parts, and the thing is fine.
Yeah, and then I sell it, and then I buy a truck. I can buy a truck for about the same price with less mileage, just older.
Millennials.
I've got 180,000 miles on it. It's not gonna. I might as well sell it while I can, before something really goes wrong with
I
it.
told you to sell it 3 weeks ago.
I know. There's
You
too much
decided to
stuff
put
in
it in your name.
Well, where are we gonna put all the stuff that's in the back of my car?
Not my problem. You have a whole barn. I told you to clear out the shelves. You
Oh yeah,
never
I
did.
forgot about that. I started on the process. I don't know what one of the things is for. It's got a big tarp and it's got a big hole busted through it. I don't know what it is though. It makes no sense to me. It could be anything. It could be one of those.
Everything on them shelves are dirt bike parts for my dirt bike.
No, it's right in front of those shelves.
I don't care.
Well,
Clear off the shelves, and that's all the area you can have to put your stuff. It's very simple.
the thing's big. It's in the
I
way.
don't care. Clear out the shelves. There's your area you can store stuff.
I gotta get
It's
to
that
the
simple.
shelves.
What?
I need to get to the shelves. It could be one of those things, you know, like when you're a kid, you like pull up this huge thing and then you run under and you tuck it underneath you.
It is a bounce house. Just move it to the side.
It's broken.
It is not broken.
There's a huge hole. There's holes all over it.
Stop it. I don't care. Move it to the side, whether it's got a hole or not. Move it to the side.
All right.
Then you've got all the shelves. It's that simple.
Okay.
God dang, you stop bitching about everything. Her face is swollen. No, she gained a couple pounds. All right. Okay, the story about the Harley. All right. Here's the thing. Reaper, he got a basket case from a friend, and I'm seriously telling you, when he says it came in cardboard boxes, I had 3 boxes of Harley parts and then a frame. He says, this is the Harley. Can you put it together for me? I'm like, yeah, Reap, I'll get this. So I started, I took and I sandblasted his frame and I painted it blue. Frame's done. I put his front forks on. They're done. Put his front tire on. It's all looking good. Put his back tire on. Now I find, you know, the tranny, the motor, all these different parts. I'm putting it together. We had to fix a bunch of stuff. I finally get his bike together to where it starts and he can drive it. The shocks that came with it were they were whooped. I had to find him new shocks, and I found him some chrome shocks and put on there. Now him and his wife can ride it, and you know it's nice and cushy. So we get his bike done. He's happy as can be. It's been a year in the building. We get it together. We go to his house. He's got his brand new Harley. It's up and running. He's loving it. I take my Harley, which I bought off my brother, and it's a 83 Dyna Wide Glide, and I put 16-inch ape hangers on. I had to replace all the cables going up to the clutch, going to the brakes, everything. And that's my bike now. I got that thing going. I get out to his house and I'm like, let's go for our first ride together, Reed. I start my bike up because I pulled it to his house on a trailer. I start my bike up, sounds bad, awesome. Start his bike up, sounds awesome. We go down his driveway. He got to drive. He put out one hand. I smacked his hand. He smacked mine. We high five. Boom. We're down the driveway. We start driving down the road. We get about 5 miles down the road, and then my bike starts bang. I'm like, what is going on? So I don't know what's going on. I pull it over, and I check carburetor. I check everything. Here, what I didn't check was, after a half hour working on this bike, I never noticed that the coil wire had loosened up, and the coil wire was bouncing around, and sometimes getting sparks, sometimes not. So this is the whole problem. And I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, I'm revving it. I'm trying to get it going together. I'm trying to clear out the carb. I took off the whole bottom of the carburetor, let the fuel run, make sure the float bowl's working, the fuel float in there, everything, and nothing. I got it back together, and it still did the same shot. It was drawing a blank on me. I finally get it picked up. We have to take it trailer home, and I take it home. Well, as soon as I get home, I find it. Like, son of a bitch. That was a 30-second fix. Tighten up the top of the coil. Boom, wires tight. We could have kept riding. That was our Harley story of our first ride together, me and Reed. That was horrible because, I'm the mechanic. I know everything. I built that Camaro. I built that, Camaro before it. I built that Javelin before that. I built all these cars. I was the guy in the neighborhood where everybody brings their cars to, and, we fix them up, drink beers, have fun. The kids would bring their bicycles over, their go-karts over. I get it running great. I was that guy. And now I couldn't find a loose coil wire. That's all it was. A loose coil wire. Oh, shit. So there's your story. Sometimes you forget to check the simple stuff,
Forget there was something wrong with my boat wasn't running properly, and it turns out it was just I needed to charge the battery.
She's out there, and she's like, look, it won't go up and down no more. And boom, boom. I'm like, yeah, those hydraulics sound bad. It's terrible.
Yeah, we thought it was
Turns
the
out,
hydraulics.
Turns out
Everybody did.
the battery was dead, and it didn't have enough juice to boost the motor up.
You can't even blame me for this, but it was everybody. There was like, how many people looked at this thing? And
Yeah.
everybody was like, okay, it's the hydraulics, it's the hydraulics, it's the hydraulics. And
Again, back to the simples. Is your battery charged?
well, that's what I was like. We were both like, maybe the battery needs charged, but everybody kept saying it's the hydraulics. So I'm like, okay, it's the hydraulics.
Oh, Bunny Rectum says, my engine light is on. Oh, your car is screwed. It's over with. Right,
And it's done
Skylar?
with, yeah.
You got to sell it.
No, it's just an excuse to buy a new car.
No, just go up to, what is that parts store?
Auto parts.
AutoZone.
No, what's the better one?
No,
O'Reilly's?
AutoZone. O'Reilly's.
O'Reilly's has the better deals.
They will, no, they'll come out and put their engine test light on your CPU on your computer, and they will tell you what codes are on it and what's wrong and what you need to replace for free. And, go do that, because your engine light comes on, there's a code, and you just got to see the code.
Saran said, Skylar, have you caught any fish this year? No, I don't have anybody to
He
go
hasn't
fishing
even
with.
gone fishing yet.
I've been busy. And then Brian Cook, I would have thought the simplest thing, first product of elimination. The thing is when you're like, when you have something that you own, like with your...
You've had that boat forever, and it's
Yeah.
never been a dead battery.
Yeah, but
So you don't think of that.
Yeah, but like your motorcycle, you wouldn't have thought of the coil. It's like when you have something that you know so well.
Runs great.
Yeah, runs great. Like you don't think of the
You
simplest
don't think of the
things you
simple
know.
things.
Like
Yeah.
if it's something you don't know about, you think of the simplest things first. But if it's something that you really know, oh, it's worst case scenario off the bat.
Oh my God, the king of DIY is here, and he wants feet pics, Skylar.
I think he wants your feet pics.
No.
Joey, please elaborate, because I think you're wanting
No.
some bridge feet pics.
Stop it. He does not.
Yes, he does. You know
Love you,
it,
Joey.
too. But then, since we got my battery charged, how many problems have I had with my belt?
None.
When you got that coil replaced, how many problems did you have with your motorcycle?
None. It's been running since. It's sitting out there right now.
Isn't it funny how that thing works? I forget, there's been a couple other things. There's been some on...
Oh, shit. Sebastian Simon says, oh my God, it's Tamara's camera guy. Is that what Joey's known as now? Tamara's camera
Yeah, I
guy?
think so.
Oh my God, that's funny.
When we take those boats out, are you gonna be my camera guy?
No, absolutely not.
No, we're above that. We're gonna have tripods set up, all views. GoPro here, my phone here.
Yeah,
other
it's all
GoPro
going to fly
here.
off the boat when you floor it.
No. I can't float. What? You're not supposed to really go above like 6,000 RPM on a boat.
On a motor, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, I can only really do that once. King of DIY, $10 Canadian dollars. So that's what, like $12.50 US.
Oh my God.
Start the
Joey puts on there and says, starts the Snapchat train.
Super
Everyone,
chat.
yeah.
Super chat.
Super
train.
chat train. Everyone that beats me gets custom nudes to their email. Spoiler alert, they are of me.
The King of DIY, $10 Canadian.
Says, I'll take it back. No, you can't take it back now. Someone put in $12. You're getting naked nudes of Joey.
But Tamara's going to be happy with that one.
That's what I don't understand. Why did anybody ever not like Joey? He is so fun. He's like the life of the party. You know, he's so fun. He's just. I did not stop laughing the whole time he was here.
Yeah,
You know?
it's Joey.
Dude, Joey's the greatest. Shit. If he had tits, I'd marry him. I'm just saying.
Going back though, no, I actually had a plan for my fishing boat at least, because I really don't care about it as much. I'm just gonna mount in a bunch of like holders, so to make sure everything's like held in place, like so I can put different cameras in different slots. We could do something temporary in the bigger boat too, like where it can easily be patched up next or whatever. And then that way, it's
The bigger
like,
boat, you mean mine?
Yeah, I mean my future boat.
Okay.
And then, so that way I'll have, camera in the front, camera in the back.
Oh, somebody said something about the life-size doll. We
yeah.
still have that here.
Do you want to blow it up?
And it is.
Do you want to do the honors?
No, it is
Here,
completely.
where do I click it here?
Get that off of there. It is completely life-size. This is how big Joey is. So when he sits on the ground, here he goes. Now, he's sitting right here. He has to jump up. Hi, Rich. Can I be on the live stream, Rich? Hi, Rich. Hi, Skylar.
Swain said $10. Skylar, blow up little Joey.
There you go. You got to blow up on his butt.
No, it's slightly above it.
It's on his butthole.
I think I need help this time. I did it last time.
I'm not doing it. Suan put you in this predicament.
AZ Fisher,
my God.
$200? Joey, get on my level.
Oh my God,
AZ,
AZ.
Jesus.
Oh, you
really
are the
outdid
man.
yourself here.
Holy cow, wow. All right, Joey, send AZ the nudes. That's what he promised.
$200, so.
$200 worth of nudes, Joey. Come on. AZ, you are something else. Let me tell you, brother. You are insane. Look at Joey up here. Shut your little dirty mouth, Sue. Oh, this is too funny. All right, so AZ, when Joey sends you the nudes, we want to see what they are.
I don't. Maybe you do, Rich.
Oh, you definitely want to see.
No, thank you.
You're blowing up his butt.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to see it.
There you go.
There's
Little
a hole
more,
somewhere
little
in here.
more,
I can feel
little
it flowing
more.
out.
Just keep going. And now,
Put your hand right over
now
here.
another one.
No, there's a hole right here. Put your hand right over here while I...
Oh, there is a hole. Oh, I see it right here. Give me a lighter.
Do we have a lighter?
I need a lighter.
Kathy!
It's right on the edge right here. Come apart from the
Let
seam.
me see if I can find one.
Okay.
Hey, crawl under.
Dude, you swear way too much.
That was like the first time I'm swearing this live stream, Rich.
I bet you Joey's drinking tonight. Okay, I need you to hold this on each side of this, and I will do the lighter thing.
Where, you want me to hold it?
Right there and there. We're going to do surgery online here. I need to be able, see where this hole is right there? I need to be able to melt
Here,
this,
let
so
me
keep your
go in
fingers
here.
away.
Here, let me do all this right here.
Yeah, but keep your fingers back, because I need to get
Here,
it
no, you want some rubber.
hot.
That's what they do for drugs, like if you just use plastic wrap and then you...
And I don't know where the hole is now.
It's right there.
Okay, so.
Got it cinched on. Let me turn it towards you a little bit. And then once it cools down, I'll have to push it down a little bit. There you go. You were right on it. A little bit towards this hand. There you go. No, go a little bit more up.
Get it?
Here, you want to put your hand there?
Go ahead and pump his butt some more.
King of DIY said he did this to me in person. And then Joey said...
You blew in her butt in person?
No, he did. You did this to him in person.
No.
Tamara said you're about to catch these hands. Here, put your hand over.
Oh, it's still leaking.
Here, do you want me to try it? I've done the sponge.
It's smaller.
Here, let me pinch.
Squeeze it, hold it.
Here, I can see where it is. Let me pinch it afterwards. Go right there. Keep it going. It's not melted all the way yet. You need to melt it.
Ouch.
Here, I can do it.
Try that. Joey says, AZ Fisher, email sent. Scroll down. It's long.
Still hold. Can I give it a shot?
Tamara Gallen says, Skylar, you about to catch these hands. Oh, that's funny. AZ says, Joey, unless you're standing on a milk crate, it might be a little short. Ah! Yes, Dream You Escaped the Chain says, Joey's coming apart at the seams. This is true.
God damn it. It keeps breaking as soon as I,
Right. Just leave it go. Have you ever wanted to know what Joey looked like if he got deflated and he lost all his hot air? This is it. This is it. This is Joey. Without all of his hot air, he's got nothing.
Joey said, did you see the one where he said spit on it first? And then Joey said, is he melting candle wax on me again? What's the lighter for? Oh, I like this comment. Stephen White said the money comes in when it's Skylar's after hour time. Joey said them arms need a pump. Shannon Johnson said, are y'all circumcising him?
Sue Ann says she can't blow Joey.
Sebastian Simon said he can't hold it up. Sebastian Simon said flaccid. Sue Ann said she can't blow Joey. Depth Charge says Joey just keeps going down on her.
Oh my God, he does. He's not standing attention for you.
No. Sean H said, what are those stains on the mannequin? Yeah, Rich, you can answer that question.
That is her cat.
That's my cat. Hey, what are these?
That's your cat.
My cat did that?
Your cat's all over Joey.
Mm.
Oh, say
I
it.
just got that.
The King of DIY says, Skylar can't blow until it's full. Not surprised.
Not true.
See, that's the one thing. Okay, this is after hours, right? So I can ask this question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I must have my drink first because whatever you're about to ask is going to be
Right.
raunchy.
You girls want to brag about how good you can orally please a man. But I see it as if you're really good at orally pleasing a man, you've had a lot of, practice.
You've been here while Bryce has been here.
How does that have to do with anything? I ain't seen shit. My point is, why do you girls brag about how good you can
I didn't say how
orally
good.
please a man?
I didn't say how good.
I don't get it.
I didn't say how good. I just
You
said I
don't
could
tell
do
anybody
it.
you can do this because now they think of all the practice that you've had.
I never said I was good, Rich.
Yes, you did. Multiple times I've heard that.
No, I said... No, when have I ever said that?
Oh, I'm good at what I do. You've said that. Oh, yeah, I asked you if because there was a whole conversation how you and Bryce broke up, and I asked you, and, you were like, oh, I'm good at what I do.
I probably meant something else. I was
No,
probably, my
you
brain's
meant-
in a different dimension than
No.
your brain.
No.
Joey said, here we go. Sebastian said, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So how good are you at blowing Joey? Joey, do you want to answer that one?
Look, I pride myself on how good I am at pleasing a woman,
Yeah.
okay? And yes, I've had plenty of practice. So I don't understand why women brag about how good they are at something, because it just means you've had plenty of practice and you're telling on yourself, okay?
I haven't.
Girls should be like-
I haven't, though.
That's what girls should be like.
I haven't had plenty of practice.
You're a liar.
Joey said Big Rich calls it Little Rich.
I have never once in my life referred to my dangling as Little Rich.
No, he's talking about his. He said you called his Little Rich.
Probably. A tiny little thing.
Mr. Skippa D. Doodah said good or bad as long as you get the job done. That's right. That's
Right. I'm just saying, if girls brag about how good they are at it, they've had plenty of practice.
I never brag about how good I say I'm horrible.
You lie. You told me they were lucky to get what they got from you and blah, blah,
I've
blah.
never said this. This is all ideas in your head.
Do you want me to put you on Front Street? You want me to stop talking right now? Yeah, okay. Jens Carlson, if you think this is looking lean, I want to marry you. You come by here, I look lean, boom, we're good. Because I have not lost a pound. I am still big rich.
You made a salad today. That's the healthiest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I
you
made
cook.
a great salad
You
today.
made an amazing salad. I was very happy. Yeah, that's the health. I've been here what 8-9 months. That's the
8-9 months.
healthiest thing you've cooked since I've been here, and it was amazing. Rich did went all out on this salad. We had everything in it. Bob Taylor said no such thing as a bad blow, and there's no such thing as bad blow.
I guess. But when you marry your woman, your newly found sweetheart, you love her to death, and you find out she's super great at giving head. She's had practice somewheres. Just saying.
I'm still on my hunt for love.
Your hunt for love? She's looking for love in all the wrong places, guys.
Maybe living on a fish rescue isn't the best place to find a suitable mate.
Oh my God.
Let's see what that says. No, it doesn't give you a...
And don't give me the option.
Oh no, it's because he took it back.
Okay.
We need to do more challenges or something. Like, come up with a whiteboard of things. You know, like somebody donates this amount, do this amount does that, and it goes up, like, you know, for like every amount.
Terry comes up with the smartest thing of the night. I've never had bad head, just some better than others. Because if a girl's going to go down there and do this for you, you got to be thankful. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, when people said they were like, after hours gets weird.
Sebastian says, Skylar is our love. It's not enough. Aw, someone's in love.
Oh, I love you, Sebastian. Sebastian, come over here.
Don't. She'll rip your heart out and feed it down your throat.
That's what I do?
That's what you do. Ask your last boyfriend. Call him. See if you don't cry. It's... You can't even answer me. You know.
King of DIY, Skylar vs. Tamara, mud wrestling match. Well, if you would have come to fucking Ohio, that could have happened, but you guys are supposed to come.
You wimped out and told us we have to come there.
What the hell, Joey?
That's okay, but, you know, I didn't like the whole fact that he says, now we're not coming there. You have to come here, and now I have to mud wrestle Joey there.
You're gonna mud wrestle Joey in Canada?
Steve S. says, I would donate to see that Camaro sparked up. Tell you what, donate, and I will do it.
How are you gonna do it? Shannon Johnson says, yeah, it sucked when you get married and find out her high school nickname was Wiener Garage.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
These comments tonight are something else.
I'm telling you. I dated this one girl named Robin Lillis.
Yeah.
She was like the hottest girl in Strongsville school. And I was like the hottest guy from, you know, Royalton. And I was hanging out in Strongsville. And, you know, she was dating this guy, what was his name? Troy Fritz. And Troy Fritz had a brother named Lee Fritz, had a brother named Russell Fritz. They pretty much ran the school back then, right? So I take her out on her first date. I don't know any of these people. I don't know their hierarchy, you know. But I'm in Burger King, you know, or I'm sorry, McDonald's, right up here on Pearl. I'm in McDonald's and I'm talking to her because she's hot. So I'm talking to her. Next thing I know, I hear somebody, I'm like, what the hell? You know, I look at her and she goes, ignore them. I'm like, are they talking about you? You know, this is my new girlfriend. I have to not, I got to show up. You know what I'm saying? I will not let a man talk like that. She goes, that's my ex-boyfriend. And I'm like, what? Seriously? She goes, Rich, don't. They will kill you. And I'm like, oh, really? I jumped up on the table of McDonald's, and I ran across 3 tables and landed, they were on the aisle over, landed on their table and punched that table hard like, who the hell just called her a whore? And they were all like, and I went to the biggest guy at the table and bow, 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 and just nailed him, right? They got up and, you know, I stood up, who wants something? And they didn't want it. They left. Now, that was Troy Fritz, Lee Fritz, Dennis Smith, who's now in jail for murder, and then Russell Fritz. So they're all outside. She's like, oh my God, they're going to kill you. They're going to beat your ass. And I'm like, ain't no one beating my ass. And I took her by the hand, and I walked her out, and we walked right by them. What's up, gentlemen? They just stood there by the car. I put Robin in my car, and we left. I dated Robin for 2 years. Later found out she was like the biggest hoe in Strongsville. Cheated on me.
So
I don't know how many times.
They weren't lying.
Lying.
They were trying to warn you.
She cheated on me with Lee and Troy Fritz,
So
the brothers.
They were trying to warn you. You
They
should have
were-
been nice to them.
Should have been nice to them.
Okay, so we got a little bit of a
What?
string of comments from Joey. First of all, he said, Rich wouldn't be able... Wait, I'll talk in Joey accent.
Okay.
Rich wouldn't be able to wrestle me. He'd laugh too much, and I'd feel silly.
You know why? Because he'd act like a porpoise and act, you know, all goofy in the mud, and I couldn't catch his ass.
And then the king of Jam,
I'm trying to whoop his butt, and he's trying to porpoise away.
Wait, there's more, there's more.
Okay.
Then he said, this is obviously a lie. And then after that, he said, only time he was hot was when he caught on fire.
What? What'd he say?
He's like, the only time you were hot is when you caught on fire.
When did I catch on fire?
I don't know, or if you caught on fire.
No, I did. I remember it. I just don't remember why or what.
And then he said, none of this happened. He's making all of this up. And then he said he did this to me, told me crazy stories, then would try and kiss me.
I try and kiss him?
He said he did this to me, told me crazy stories, and then would try to kiss me.
Oh my God, Joey. You know, do you remember this? This is your place, buddy. This is your place right here.
It's Luke, he said, this one time, ... at band camp, ...
Right. I stuck a trumpet up my butt? Is that what it?
Shannon Johnson said it's true. Joey, he tried making out with me on FaceTime.
What? Who's Shannon Johnson? I never tried making out with you. Wow, these people just don't even know.
Fingelfin said I'd give my left nut to live in the fish room.
So would Joey. Trust
Is
this.
Joey calling you now?
Yeah, Joey's calling me.
No, it's not private. No, oh, it's probably Joey.
Hello? It's Joey.
Put it on speaker.
He hung up. He goes, show me your... And I'm like, oh, it's Joey. He goes, I gotta go, bye. Look at Joey's...
Joey, stop
He's
being
the
so
funniest person
predictable.
on the planet. I swear to God, he's funny.
Nothing beats. I can't wait till can I tell that one story?
Oh, Shannon says it was Joey that tried making out with her.
Oh,
Now that I believe.
Yeah,
I
that
believe.
one's very believable. Can we tell that one story now?
What?
The Joey and John Doe story.
Nah, we shouldn't tell that.
Let's ask Joey if we can tell it.
No.
Not yet.
That's just too rude.
Just put it this way. Something happened that made us all laugh our asses off for weeks
For
afterwards.
weeks. I'm telling you, that man is straight funny. You know, if you
He
get
has
past
no idea.
if you get past the cockiness and the attitude,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
just take it for what it's worth, being that he's trying to be funny. Holy shit, he's funny.
Well, no, I go to my room, you go to your room, we both fall asleep, and then everybody else is up. Joey, you know what story? The basement story with you and John Doe. And so,
What did you do with John Doe in the basement, Joey? Oh, wait. I think you ran across an old man or something?
John Doe tells us his story the next day, and I could not stop laughing. I had to tell Rich that because John left already.
Okay. I gotta save Joey a little bit. No, This is the truth, and I have to save Joey because now it sounds really bad. Okay. So John Doe was sleeping here.
Yes.
Joey was here, and Joey's like, "We're drinking. We're drunk as shit." Joey decides to grab John Doe and says, "Come here. I gotta show you something. There's something in this house you haven't seen."
Joey said I gave him a tour.
He gave him a tour.
A special tour.
So Joey takes him.
Let Joey tell the story. Let Joey tell
It's Joey again. Here.
Joey.
So, anyways,
say what happened.
stop. No, keep that.
Okay, you said no.
put
Don't
it
tell
quiet.
the story. Don't tell the story. Okay, story's over.
The story's over.
Story time's over.
So he gave John a tour, and he showed him things that I didn't know was here. He showed him the whole tour. It was funny.
Okay, you answer it.
Hello? That's not what happened? No. Okay, here's Joey. He wants to be on speaker. So you got to stand up and put it by the camera so everybody can hear him. All right, here we go. Speakerphone. Talk. Talk. Okay, hang on. I got to make sure you're the right volume. All right,
Okay.
now just put it about a foot away from the camera. You should be good.
All right, Joey, talk.
Can you guys hear him?
Up to the speaker, Skylar?
Yeah, Skylar's holding you up.
Okay. Skylar, first and foremost, thank you for finally being useful.
Turn it around.
Chat, can you guys hear me?
The bottom is there. Turn the bottom. Turn it around.
This is the bottom of the phone.
Ugh. There you go.
It's the top of the phone.
All right, try that.
All right, can you guys hear now?
Who's holding? Is Skylar holding it up, or
Yeah,
Skylar's holding it up.
the camera's towards the camera.
you guys can hear me?
Can you guys hear him?
Just tell me, because there's a delay.
Yeah,
Rich, you'll have to tell me.
I can hear you. I don't know if the people
Skylar,
can.
first and foremost. Skylar,
Oh, yeah,
first
they
and
said
foremost,
Doom
thank
Pie
you for
says you can hear him good. Tony Doug says yes. Tanya?
Yeah, everybody can hear you.
Yes.
All right. Skylar, thank you for finally being useful. So when these guys tell a story, there's a lot of things that happen. So every story Rich tells, if he's in it, he always tells the story like he's shirtless. He's always got a shirt on. What happened was simple. There was this guy that came over. Rich had gone to sleep. Everybody's in bed, but he leaves me up with this guy, and I still want to have a good time. So I look at this guy, and I was like, "Have you ever toured here?" And John's like, "No." And I like inside of me, just like little fireworks went off. I was like, "You have no idea what you're in for." Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never been to Rich's place, every room in his house is like a man cave. Rich should never have been allowed to do what he's done to his house. He's the Willy Wonka of men. So he's got swords on the walls. In his garage, he's got multiple Harley Davidsons, a Camaro with a very little engine in it.
A little engine.
You know, the fish room. You go down to the basement. There's pool rooms. Like his house is absolutely insane. You walk in the front doors, Mike Tyson, carpet on the floor. He's got probably King Arthur's table that he sat at. That thing's about 24 feet long. Anyway,
It's 20 foot long.
I'm walking through. I bring John. I went through it by myself. Like everybody said, I was like FaceTiming with Tamara. I was like, "You're not going to believe where I am." And she's like, "Oh, she thought I was exaggerating." So I gave her a tour on FaceTime. And the whole time she's like, "Oh my God, what the hell?" Is she laughing? And we're like, not laughing, like making fun. Like she just couldn't believe what I was looking at. Like every room was just mind-boggling. Anyways, I had discovered, and Rich never told me at all, that there's a hermit living under his stairs.
Oh my God.
Literally under the stairs, there's a bed. up. Like sitting up.
This is-
I had to show John. I'm like, I'm not a bad person for that. I'm from Canada where this stuff doesn't happen. I was at Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. I had to show him. It's not a bad story, man. I just had to show him. I don't know. Whatever. That's the real story.
What John told me was.
Did I go back?
What John told me
I
was.
left a Yelp review. What?
I said what John told me was, hey, you got to check this out. I got to show you something really cool.
You've never seen this before.
Yeah, you've never seen this before, and then turn your flashlight on.
That was at the end. That was at the end of the tour because we played with Rich's swords and shit too. Like Rich has like.
They did
real
play with the swords.
I thought they were made of rubber or plastic. They were real.
all the swords are real.
John skipped to the end to try to incriminate me or something, but like no, it was a whole tour, and we had a blast. I even showed where Skylar makes her little doll houses, and maybe it was none of my business and I overstepped, but I was just so impressed. Yes, I was showing off and bragging. I thought it was just fucking mind-boggling.
So Joey takes John downstairs and says, "Look at this bar. It's all Budweiser themed. You got a pool table there. You got two 70-inch screens. Here's a refrigerator. Here's a barbecue that's vented to the outside."
You have a barbecue in your basement that ventilates to outside. Like everything in there is just ridiculous. And then
The hermit under the bed is Jerry.
no Bud Light. So anyways, so then he goes, "You got to come back here and see this. This is the band room." And he takes John in there and he goes, "Look at all these speakers. Look at all this. There's 8,000 watts of PA system, blah, blah, blah." Hold up. So John's like, "Oh, wow, this is amazing, blah, blah, blah." And he goes, "Now, look over here. This is the troll that lives under the steps."
No, he said, you have to see something really cool. And no, John Doe said.
I was like, there's somebody that lives under this. Look, I met Jerry, and Jerry's actually a really nice gentleman. I'm not making fun of him. This was just shocking.
Well, no.
So Joey's showing John that this old guy is sleeping down there in the band room, and he's like, "You ever seen anything like this?"
And John's like, what? And he's like an old guy sleeping.
So it was good times.
John told
Too
me
funny.
John told me the day after, and I couldn't stop laughing.
I couldn't stop laughing either.
I got the weirdest boner. I gotta go.
Oh my god! Wait. Should I? I was going to ask him if I should have you trying to blow him up.
Okay, so there's the story.
Oh
We still.
my god!
We had to tell Jerry at some point or another. We told him, I think, what was it, a couple weeks afterwards?
Something like that.
We just couldn't believe it. We didn't know how to break the news to Jerry. It was too unbelievable to even like. How do you
While you were sleeping, there were two guys down here checking you out.
watching you?
Oh my goodness! Oh my!
So all
That's hilarious.
If it makes it any better, all this happened at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah. I'm like, "Joey, don't bother him. He works hard here. Leave him alone." He said, "I never saw anybody sleeping in a band room before."
I said, check this out. I bet you didn't get this on your tour.
Oh,
And John was like, what?
oh my god.
And he's like, no guy's sleeping.
The Jerry sleeping show. Great idea.
No, not a great idea. Remember that one time?
Oh yeah. No. That
No,
man,
bad
no,
idea.
don't walk in on that man. He might be necking. He might be necking. I'm just telling you. Jerry slept through it,
Yeah,
yes.
he slept through the whole thing.
He slept through
I had
it.
no idea until I told him. No, we told him a while ago, Suanne.
But Jerry, every once in a while, he'll get sick or he'll just stay downstairs for a couple days in a row. And he don't put on clothes. You're like, whoa. Because I got a camera in the community room where it has the pool table, the bar, the
Jerry
poker
knows
table.
this yet.
And it's there. And Jerry come walking out naked one time. I'm like, holy shit. I didn't happen to be looking, but right above his window was the dining room window, and there was people out there, and I'm looking to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And I see Jerry come out naked underneath.
You wouldn't talk for a couple hours after that.
I turned off that camera. There's no, I don't want to see that. Oh my God.
Joey said one last call. Oh God, what's this one about?
I don't know. I can't even
Where's your phone?
begin. I can't even begin to say because whatever comes out of his mouth is always unexpected. Hello?
Put him on speaker again. He met little Jerry, says Sue-Ann. Jerry OnlyFans. Naked Jerry. Do you want to put him on speaker?
Dude, I was wrong. I got a knock at the door. Okay, this is. Okay. Okay. I will. I will. Okay. I love you, bro. Bye.
What do you say this time?
All right. He wants the background on Jerry. So, I met Jerry because some guy started commenting when I mentioned something about if you guys got no place to live or something and you want it, I need a place, I need help here. You can live here for free. I need help. You can help out at the rescue, blah, blah, blah. Jerry comes and he's like, hey, I'm 70, 800 years old.
Rich!
I've been in the fish all my life, blah, blah, blah. They know me as Dogface, in line, this and that. And I'm like, whatever. And he goes, I can come down there and, move in and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, we'll talk about it. And then 2 months later, I didn't hear a word from him. 2 months later, I get at the door. I come to the door and I'm like, hello? There's this old guy looking like skinny Santa Claus. Standing at my door. He's like, hey, how you doing? I'm Jerry. And I'm like, yeah, how can I help you? I was like, I came to move in. I'm here. I brought all my stuff. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And he had to remind me of this conversation and all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, dude, I didn't never tell you yes. I don't know what you're talking about. What? He's like, well, brother, I'm here. You need my help or not? And I'm like, oh my God. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say.
Wait.
I'm like, come in, we'll talk about it.
How far did
So
you
he
get?
comes in, and we talk about an hour, He talks about all the stuff that he's done, all the things he's done, and all the fish things he's done all his life, this and that. I'm like, well, look, dude, I can't just turn you away. You can stay in the basement. We'll see how this works out. And he went down and took over my band room. And he's been here ever since. It's been a
Wait,
year.
how far did he drive from, though?
From Minnesota.
No, it was
like
from
12
Wisconsin.
hours.
12 hours from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yeah.
And he brought all his stuff, so basically.
He brought a carload.
He gave
So
you no...
I'm like, what the hell? I'm stuck in a situation now. Do I let this stranger come into my house and live here? He didn't talk to me, ask me, give me permission. I didn't give him permission. I don't know what's going on here. There's this old guy at the door, and I'm like, what the hell? So he's living in my band room. So then Joey shows up, and he's like, Rich, what the hell is this? He takes John down
Joey.
there.
Joey said, this is a good story, funny, but shows Rich's heart. Wow, Joey actually said something nice about you.
Oh, he always does. You got to. He'll say all kinds of crazy stuff and then something nice. You got to read into the niceness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Joey's a great person. Yeah, you gotta understand. He plays this cocky son of a
Yeah,
bitch
he's not
online.
like that in person.
Oh, he's not like that in person. No, when he's here and he's in front of you, he's the nicest sweetheart of a guy. I tell you what, he's such a sweet guy. And then he's funny. I mean, he kept me laughing the whole 4 days he was here. He's hilarious.
Rich was so confused when Joey came, and he was just super nice the whole time. He thought it was
Dude, I thought I wasn't going to like him at all because of his online personality. And I'm like, oh, this guy's going to come in being cocky. I don't put up with that shit, Joey come in being the kindest, nicest person ever, and he was so funny. Oh my god, I love this dude. He's hilarious.
King of DIY now says, I take it back.
Yeah, you can't take it back.
I
I know the real you, bro.
Also,
All these people that think you're cocky online, that's your online persona. Because you're not cocky in real life. You are just the sweetest guy ever. So funny.
one more thing that you forgot to mention is Jerry does so much around here. Jerry really does a lot around the rescue.
Oh, really?
He does
Yeah,
so much.
Jerry busts his ass around here. He took over the whole fish room for me. He does all intakes and quarantines. He does all tours. You do tours too. Kathy don't do tours. Josh does some tours, but he charges for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jerry
you know,
does
it's
a ton.
Jerry does a lot, and he's worth his weight in gold because his knowledge, he knows about everything from years ago. You know.
It worked out.
Yeah, it's actually working out.
He helps me out with all of my tanks too.
Yeah.
I mean, he does.
And he hated you at
I know,
first.
he hated me.
He hated you.
Oh, weird.
Now you guys get along
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, I love you, Jerry. If you're watching, I love you, buddy.
Aww.
Oh my God, King of DIY says Jerry gives the best thigh massages.
Oh my God. That never happened, guys. That never happened.
We don't
Never.
know. He was in the basement alone with him. We don't know what happened and what didn't. No, Jerry's awesome.
Joey, you are one of a kind. I swear to God, bro. You are like my brother from another mother. I swear to God. You are hilarious. You are something else. And, you know, all these people, they misunderstand you. They all think you're too cocky. You're an asshole online, blah, 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 and they hate you. They actually started a group, you know, we hate King of DIY, you know, and that whole group. I don't see it. I met you, and, you know, at first, when I first met you at Predatory Fins, I was like, dude is a douche.
Oh, this is something we got to talk about.
What's
Mike,
that?
stand back. Well, first of all, I'll say one more thing, or one other
What?
comment first. Let me find it again. So,
Mike Stanbaugh says, Big Rich, when is the big bus going to get used
that's
on
what I was going to
rescues?
talk about.
We just got the title done. Was it yesterday?
Yeah,
or today?
yesterday.
It was yesterday. So we have to go. I was going to go tomorrow morning because today was the live stream. I was going to go tomorrow morning and get the plates for it, and then we're good to go. I can't now because the new nurse called off Saturday and Sunday. She's in the hospital. So I don't know what's wrong with the nurse. I don't know why she called off, but she called off. So I can't go until Bonnie comes on Monday, and then I can go and get the plates for the bus. So we're good to go with that. And then we'll start using it for not only, you know, Tracy going to appointments, but rescues also too.
I know the one I was going to read was Finn Golfin said, "This is my first live stream, and I got to say it's to be the best on YouTube."
Aw,
That
thank
was
you.
nice.
Thank you.
And then
Shannon Johnson says, Joey said he had one heck of an electric eel. I guess we all know what he meant now. Yeah, Joey was here,
he wasn't
and he
talking
saw
about.
our electric eel.
No, he wasn't talking about Tesla though. That's what she's saying.
I know. But Joey found out he liked electric eels, and he wanted one for himself. He got that idea from OFR. Just know that. The king of DIY got his ideas from OFR. Just know that. Know that.
Joey said, "Banned from the group. I don't run that group. LOL. I've never banned anyone." No, it was a group that was created by somebody who just doesn't like you.
The ban from the group, I'm still banned from your group, Joey. I'm part of that group. I'm involved in that group. I am part of, because here's the thing. On the DIY Joey group, you know how I go through every week and I post up, you know, our post, our group thing on every Friday, because there's group shares on Friday. I would tag like all 90 or 120 groups that I'm in. His group would not accept that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting caught in line and being like, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. It didn't pick you out normally. They're like, we warned you before. You can't post in this group for this, blah, blah, blah. You're now, you know, deleted. And that's what happened. It wasn't Joey. Joey don't run that group. You know what I'm saying? It was his moderators. And they didn't know that we were friends or anything like that. So I ended up in this banned from DIY group. You know?
Yeah, so he joined a band from DIY group because did you get a little bit? What's the word? Not, you got a little menacing there. Join that group. You're like, screw Joey. He doesn't even like me.
Right, he banned me. Screw him. Now he's invited me to his house. Come up here. You can stay for the weekend. I'll cook for you.
He clearly loves you.
Joey's a sweetheart of a guy. You know, I'm just saying.
If Joey was a girl, would you date Joey?
If he had tits, sure.
Yeah. There you go, Joey.
If you had boobies, Joey, I would date you. You are funny. You'd keep me laughing.
Oh my God, Rich. Joey said it's not his group. It's a DIY fish keepers group. It's not about him.
That sounds like a cry,
Admins,
a plea.
of course. Yeah, it just sounds like he's trying to cover his ass right now.
You don't want to tell everybody that he actually banned me.
He probably
No,
did.
it was another group, okay,
yeah.
about being banned from DIY group, but it was DIY group that banned me.
You were so bad when you got banned from the band from
Oh,
DIY.
I did. I joined it. Yeah, right away.
No, you joined that group, but then you got banned from that group.
No, I'm still there.
Oh, you're still in it?
I'm still there.
You're still a part of it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But now I'm a little more like a spy. This is what they're saying about you, Joey.
You're his informant.
I'm his informant, yeah. His undercover.
Sebastian says booby trap. Then Joey says, you like my thirst trap? You know, the shirtless reel? Do you even watch this? Did you watch this?
He
reel?
made this reel where he's like working out and he's, you know, hitting
I
up
remember
the,
that
you
when
remember
showed
that?
it to me.
Yeah, he's.
Did you like his thirst trap? He wants to know.
No, it didn't get me at all. I was like,
Will
hey,
Star.
Skyler, come watch this.
Look who's in here. My best bud, Will Star.
Hey, what's up, Will Star?
Sorry, I didn't
my
buy
best
his
bud,
dad's boat.
you know, Joey's here, and your best bud, Will Star's here,
Yeah.
but you didn't buy Will Star's boat.
I'm sorry, Will Star.
Aww.
The sad thing is that I have the
You
money
fix that.
in my account too. Yeah. Here, can
Her
I...
grandmother sent
Yes.
her 10 grand.
Oh, stop! She sent our grandkids our will money early because
Yeah.
she every single year she's like, you know, I'm gonna die soon. You know, I'm gonna die soon. She's been smoking every single day since she's been 13 years old. She drinks every single day. She eats unhealthy as can be.
So she
And
lives
she's
a good life.
She's 83 years old and nothing's changed. She smokes like 5 packs a day. She's still alive. And every year she's like, you know, I'm gonna die soon. She never dies. She lives alone. She drives her own car. She does everything on her own, and she lives the most unhealthy
More
life
power
ever.
to her. But she sent you some money, and you know what? I was impressed. You took that 10 grand, and you did not go out and buy anything.
I put it straight to my savings account.
You put it into your
I think I
thing,
took
and then you
$100
transferred your money to your save or
put one.
no, you put your money into your stocks.
Yeah.
And I was because now you've made money off them stocks.
Well, I
You're up
put.
to like 12 grand now.
I kept 6 grand to the side of my savings account.
Okay.
I invested the other $4,000, and then I've only taken out $100 just to cover some bills.
I'm proud of you for that.
Yeah, I've been making
That's
money.
not
too.
what a kid would do.
Oh,
You
I'm
know.
trying to drink my drink with the cap on.
I tried to drink my drink, but there's none there.
Jens Carlson says, new Big Rich guitar. Do you want me to grab your guitar on the way back?
Sure.
It's a cool guitar. Also, Rich, I forgot to say thank you for being proud of me.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're a good
You're
father
welcome.
figure.
You're welcome. Listen, just go do your thing. My point is, people don't understand Joey. They see this cocky, attitudey guy online, and he is cocky. He does act that way. But when you meet him in line out of the internet, he's the sweetest guy. He is just so funny and so awesome. I mean, he was here for what, I think 3 days, and he never gave me a bad vibe at all. He was just funny, hilarious, It was just great. It was great. All right. We'll start. When you coming by, brother? Hell, I get more visits from Joey from Canada than I do you. What the hell? Oh my God. Willstar says, Rich, help me with an argument I had with someone. What was the better guitar solo? Comfortably Numb or Fade to Black?
Fade to black.
Wrong. Wrong.
Fade to black.
There is nothing that makes you feel more groovy than the solo from Comfortably Numb.
I'm thinking
No. You can no.
I was
You
thinking-
shush. You can take an old person, a young person, a medium person, and they will all know this solo from Comfortably Numb.
Okay, no, it's
It's beautiful.
It's only that good if you've ever done drugs before and you've listened to it while doing drugs.
No, not at all. Just the fact that drugs make it better, it's okay. See, this guitar here, I love this guitar. It is a Platinum series, BC Rich Platinum. I've been looking for this guitar for a long time. And then some guy was selling it for $300. And I offered him $250 and he took it. So I got the guitar.
Oh, you got
So-
it for $250?
Yeah.
I thought you got paid $350. Oh, no, I
No.
remember.
The point is,
It's not
the
as good.
guitar is an amazing guitar. You know what I'm saying? It's got a little nick at the top of the headstock right here underneath. Little chunk of wood like the size of a toothpick is missing. But you don't see it, and you know what? I love it. I want to jam with it.
It's not in tune, I don't think.
It's definitely not in tune. But it's a beautiful guitar. So go put that back. And
I have to
it's,
go fix
it
my
adds to
drink.
my collection. Okay. In the meantime, okay, anybody around 20 years old will say Fade to Black. Anybody 50 and younger will say Comfortably Numb. I'm telling you, when Pink Floyd came out with Comfortably Numb, everybody used to get high. And anybody that got high and listened to Comfortably Numb, it was a certain vibe. And I tell you what, I don't get high no more. I haven't gotten high since the 80s. But I remember this solo to a T. I remember every note of it. And it just, let's stop. The song's on. And you're into it. You got that vibe again. You know, Fade to Black don't do that. It's a great guitar solo. But if you want to know something better, try doing Comfortably Numb against Metallica 1. Metallica 1 was a masterpiece. That whole build up to the lead, amazing. Okay? What? That's not even stop. So the point is, you didn't pick Metallica's best solo against Pink Floyd's best solo. You know what I'm saying? So I completely believe against Fade to Black, it's going to be Comfortably Numb, period. Because of how many more people love it. That's all there is to it.
Alright, I made myself a drink too. It's gonna be one of those nights tonight.
Sue Ann says Gen X understands Big Rich's way of thinking.
Yeah, baby boomer.
So what do you guys think about that? I need to hear some thoughts here. Did you suction Tracy out?
I suctioned her out right before I came in here.
Okay, 'cause she sounds like she's coughing.
She was fine. She was at 96
Okay,
when I walked
okay.
out there. I suctioned her out right before I came in for the live stream.
See, Woolstar says Comfortably Numb, of course.
Willstar.
See, now I'm not saying nothing bad about Metallica, but when you want to put them up against Pink Floyd, and the
was
song
only
that
good
is
for
a
a little bit of time.
a monument song, like Comfortably Numb.
Pink Floyd was only good for a couple albums.
What?
There's a bunch of albums that just suck by them.
What? Are you retarded? What?
There's a lot
Pink
of albums I
Floyd
don't like by
put
them.
out, I don't know, 27 albums?
Yeah, and maybe 5 of them
And
are good.
26 of them hit number 1, okay?
5 of them I like.
Oh my God. I just realized you cannot live here no more. Period.
I like Metallica.
So do I.
I like Pantera.
So do I. But
Not all.
Pink Floyd, dude. I told everybody if they were going to do a real test, Metallica won against Comfortably Numb.
We need some. Everybody's agreeing
No.
with you. Screw you.
Yeah.
And
Oh no, it's true. It's true. And I don't even need to look that way. I'm telling you, it's true. Nobody can outdo what Pink Floyd did.
Okay, how about this? Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd, guys?
Ooh, now that's a rough one.
Led Zeppelin for sure. They nailed every album.
Led Zeppelin is the greatest rock and roll band of all time. I will have to give that.
Brittany Zipless, $5. Joey Wanka, stop criticizing my factory work. Thanks. I make quality stuff. Goldfish crackers, chocolate. You are welcome. You tell him, Brittany. Thank you for the $5 too.
Oh my God, Brittany, you're so funny. That's awesome. I just had to read it back because it was awesome. Oh, and not to mention, Pink Floyd live. Now, there aren't many bands that can play live as good as their studio albums. Pink Floyd is shush. Pink Floyd is one of them. You know who's another?
Who?
Definitely Metallica. Their live albums, definitely. So no, they were down the same road, okay? But what do you say?
Suan says, name 3 songs by any band you just named. I'll just do Metallica. For Whom the Bell Tolls, One, and Wherever I May Roam. There you go.
Seek and Destroy.
Yeah, Seek and Destroy is a good one.
Enter Sandman.
Enter Sandman? That's a little overrated.
Oh, it is not. Oh my God. And Orion. You don't know Orion.
I don't even know if I've
Orion
heard that.
was
so
an instrumental by Metallica
I
that was
like the instrumental.
shush
Like No Quarter?
was
Oh, that's not. Led
amazing.
Zeppelin? That's not
You guys go check out Orion by Metallica. Amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's just great. Kurt Hammond is a great guitarist. So is the dude from Pink Floyd. What are you talking about? Total disrespect says Pink Floyd ain't my cup of tea. You've got money, time, you know. You've got One of These Days. Oh my God. Check out One of These Days. One of these days I'm going to tear you into little pieces. That was awesome.
How come every night towards 9 o'clock we end up talking about music here?
I don't know.
It's happened every single last after hours we've done.
Yes,
then-
Van Halen was in there, you know. Great.
Yeah,
Master of Puppets is awesome. Orion is the baddest. Jay McCown knows. Oh my God, Orion is badass. I used to play that in one of my bands, and I'm telling you, it was nonstop changes and great feeling the whole song through. I got to play that. Orion is badass.
Wish You Were Here is a really good song. There's a really good
Yes.
cover. There's a really good cover of that by a band called Sparkle Horse. It's one of my favorite covers, but yeah, Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here, that is a really good song. But also, Metallica sucks
Look at that.
now. You're right, Suan.
Richard Sconford says, Orion, you got that right, Big Rich. And then Enter the Sandman is the best song. Yes, that's awesome. You know, we only played out what was the best of the best. And we played Enter Sandman, we played Four Horsemen, we played Orion, we played For Whom the Bells Tolls, we played...
That's my favorite.
We played, what was the one I just said that I liked? I'm drawing a blank now. Metallica. We played One. We played, we played their best songs. And
You played
everybody
One.
loved them. Oh, yeah, we did.
You did? You played the solo?
No, at that band I was in, the solo was Ralph Fletcher. Nobody can touch Ralph Fletcher on solos.
When are us volunteers going to listen to the great Big Rich play some good songs?
Why are you derailing my shit? I'm telling you, we played One, and if you guys have never heard of this, Ralph Fletcher was the lead guitarist for Third Degree for like 15 of the 18 years I was in Third Degree. This sumbitch can play guitar, okay? During our things, to give the drummer a break, to give the singer a break, the bass player, they'd all take off. Ralph would start his solo for like 20 minutes. I'd come up behind him, put his jacket over his face and around his head, and he'd sit there, and then he'd bring it up. He'd be playing behind his head. He'd be doing all the... Ralph Fletcher was the shit, okay? and we played all these songs. And he not only nailed the solos, he added to them and built up more. You know, we had an amazing band life. There was a bunch of Floyd songs we played too, but you know, just the fact that, you know, we played out. Here's what we did, and this was a great idea. We never opened for anybody. We headlined. We played 4 hours of music, an hour of stuff on the charts, an hour of heavy metal, an hour of classic rock, and an hour of our originals. So what we did was, everybody that came into the bar, here's a sheet of like 300 songs. Everybody put an X next to the song they wanted to hear. The top, 60 songs, that's what we played that night, because that's what the crowd wanted to hear. And we played all these songs, and the crowd just went wild. The bars were making, like so much money, because we bring like, 300 people a night into the bar. It was awesome. We had a great, all these other bands that were trying so hard and opening for everybody and all that, they didn't really have a great life. We had a great band life. We were playing to packed houses all the time. It was awesome. It was crazy.
Maybe I'm just gonna become a groupie so I can enjoy that.
What's that?
I'm gonna become a groupie.
Should have been a groupie back then. We used to have the mod squadron. There was like a select, like 9 women that were the mod squadron.
Yeah.
And then we had the deaf crowd. You say deaf crowd?
D-
Yes, the DEAF crowd would show up because they loved the bass and they
Oh,
loved
there was an actual deaf crowd?
these people can't hear, and they're up front. They're like,
Well, you know sign language. We went over this.
dude, yes. And this deaf crowd showed up all the time. They were loving the band life. You know what I'm saying? They came out to every show. It was
that's
awesome.
actually really fun.
And when when the
That's
bar
not funny,
owners
that's
would be
cool.
like,
That's nice.
"We have a deaf crowd here." I'm like, "Yeah, them 20 people right there in the front of the crowd, them are all deaf." They're like, "Get the hell out of here! Why
Oh,
do they
yes,
come to
that-
see a band?"
I've heard
They
that though.
love that.
Every deaf person I knew that I when I was taking sign language courses, they all loved like music, like EDM and stuff like that, because like they could actually feel like the vibrations and stuff.
Yeah. Well, okay, a good drummer band, some that was like dun 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 dun. They feel that in their soul,
Yeah.
and that's why they like that. So, they were at all of our shows. Plus, a lot of them were Tracy's family friends, because Tracy's brother was deaf.
Yeah, you told me that.
So they all showed up at all of our shows, and they loved it, So we had such a fun time in the band. It was crazy.
we have a fish question.
Finally.
It's the first one that we're gonna answer. So Mark Adrian Tinio says, "What's your favorite fish?"
My favorite fish,
What's yours?
it has to be, Brutus.
Arapaima.
My arapaima. I mean, who has a fish that's 6.5 foot long and weighs almost 200 pounds?
Okay.
I do.
Is it?
You know?
Is he your favorite fish, or what's your favorite kind of fish?
I do like the electric eels, because their whole fin,
Yeah.
does this fluttering thing, and it's beautiful. It's amazing. But if I had to say, the law came in and says you can't have no fish here but one, it would have to be Brutus. He deserves to live and live in that pool.
No, I'm not talking about. Okay, so Brutus is your favorite fish. But your favorite type of fish is the electric eel. What if you could get a 7-foot electric eel?
Oh.
And then my favorite, you're gonna know my favorite fish, and then you're also gonna know my favorite type of fish, because they're also different.
Yeah.
Rich, what are they? Who's my favorite fish?
Bichers.
No, my favorite fish.
Okay. You've got the beta.
That's my favorite
That's
fish.
your favorite. Your second is the bichers.
That's my favorite type of fish.
Okay.
Bichers and eels, yeah.
Okay, Sue Ann says James can't sing live. That's an old age thing. He used to be able to, because do you remember the garage days? You revisit the garage days, that was all live. And some of the Metallica's best albums were live. He could sing live. There's bands out there like Lit and other things that play a certain way, and then they can't play live for shit. They can't reproduce that sound. I as a copy band, played their song exactly the way they did online, and they ain't even up to par. And I'm playing it better than they are.
You
know
did
what
a
I'm saying?
really good job. You showed me some of their recordings. You did
Yeah.
a kick-ass job.
So, you know, it's crazy. You know, Metallica did a great job recording live. They were awesome. You know, now that he's getting older, you know, the only one in the old crowd that can still do live is fucking Ozzy. He's
He's a little.
he was given to us by God. Okay, he sounds like he's 23 still. It's crazy. So, but you know, all these other guys, like look at Motley Crue. Look what happened to them. They were such a great band, and now Vince Neil can't sing for shit. You know,
Oh, is that
it used to be. You know, down, 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 down. You know.
Is that what you showed me the other day?
Yeah. How'd the lyrics go? Someone's on the corner always getting paid, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Blah blah blah.
I'm trying to come up with the lyrics.
What's the song?
Dr. Feelgood. Get the lyrics to it. And now, poor Vince Neil, he's horrible. He is tearing up the lyrics. I don't know why they got rid of Mick Mars before Vince Neil. Mick Mars he's 90 years old and he's still playing. He's decrepit as shit and he's still playing his you know, things. Okay. Now, here's what the lyrics were. Rat Tail Jimmy, a secondhand hood, deals out in Hollywood. Got a 55 Chevy, primer flames, traded for some powder goods. Jigsaw Jimmy, he's running the gang. But I hear he's doing okay. Got a cozy little job, sells to the Mexican mob packages of candy cane. He's the one they call Dr. Feelgood. Here's you know, Vince Neil online. Rat Tail Jimmy, hood, deals out in Hollywood. Got 65 primer flames, traded for powder goods. I mean, he's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's
If you guys look up live Motley Crue, this man should not be singing no more. He can't keep up. He cannot do it. I could do a better job than he does. You know, and you know, Mick Mars got kicked out of the band. This decrepit old man still kicked ass. They played live and he was still kicking ass, and it sounded like their 80s album. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to slow down for him. They slowed all the songs down for Vince Neil. It ain't, you know.
It's horrible.
Okay, they had other songs like Too Young to Fall in Love, you know, and it was a certain speed. Now it's so slow so that Vince can keep up, and he's still skipping words and skipping, you know, things to try and sing it. It's horrible. They should have replaced Vince Neil, and I'm a Vince Neil lover. That sumbitch, he came out, taking over the scene. I loved Motley Crue for years. He just can't do it no more. Take a step back, you know. But Mick Mars, he can still do it. That sumbitch can still play. At his age, he comes out there decrepit as shit, 87 pounds, and he's still rocking it. And they got Johnny Five to replace him. That pissed me off, you know. That's crazy. Crazy.
We got another fish question.
No, let's go through these here. I heard Orion live, I about died. Exactly. It's amazing. Okay, Nate Aguirre says, I disagree. James brings it live. He did. He used to. Of course, their best albums were live albums. He don't do it no more. Okay? He can't do it now. He's not doing it now. I disagree with you. How's it, Big Fish, y'all rescued from the mall doing? Oh, that's Charlie.
Yeah,
he's doing great.
Is that the Pacu?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of our Pacu have been
Yeah,
doing
he's
amazing.
doing great. Never been a fan of Motley Crue. Quite lame? No. Oh, my God. Richard Slomkowski, go back to the 80s. Look up Live Wire and listen to that album. I lived my young life listening to this album over and over. Oh, my God. This album fucking rocks. Listen to Live Wire. Listen to it live. Listen to it studio. It's amazing. Terry Grimmer said, I seen them unplugged and it sounded great. Mark Adrian says, have you guys visited Ripley's Aquarium here in Toronto? I'm sorry, I have never left the United States. I used to go to Canada when I was like 18 because in Ohio it was an 18 state. You could buy 3.2 beer, you couldn't buy 7% beer. We'd go up to Canada every weekend and we'd hang out there, and you could actually get high on the streets of Canada and you can buy all the alcohol you want at 18. So that's why I like Canada. Oh yeah, We'll Start. Kickstart My Heart was a banger. That was written about the bass player, Mickey Six, where he was messed up on heroin. And they had to actually bring him back to life. Kickstart My Heart. That's a great song. Oh yeah, Depth Charge. I love you. Jackal still kicks ass. This man is in his 60s and he's got the best vocals ever. Jackal, check them out. It's amazing. You hear that song, When the Sun Shining Down on Me. That's, you feel God's rising, blah, blah, blah. That's Jackal. Listen to them. They rock. I want to go to Sturgis and listen to them at the Full Throttle Saloon. That's one of my dreams, yeah. Jackal kicks ass. Richard Slomkowski says they just never took my fancy. Okay, I get that. He says, Big, I got an Iron Maiden. Me too. Judas Priest, me too. Exoterra and early Metallica. Early Metallica was the shit. I agree with you on all that. For sure. Don't hate that. Sue Ann says, don't hate on me. I'm going to see Travis Tritt. Hey, Travis Tritt rocks. If you can't... Here's my thing. This is what I told her when she moved in here. If the music makes you get up and boogie and want to go, I'm good for it. I don't care if it's bluegrass, country, rock and roll, rap. If it makes you move and makes you happy, go for it.
So you don't like my sad music?
I hate your sad music. She puts on this crap. It's horrible. It just makes you want to kill yourself. It's horrible music. Music is to uplift you and make you happy,
Makes me happy.
So Travis Tritt rocks. I got a lot of country in me. And, I was back in the days of Merle Haggard and Hank Williams Sr. and Hank Williams Jr. There's some good... George Jones, oh my God, I don't need your rocking chair, your chair tall, or he rocks. Country rocks. As long as it makes you feel good and move, it's good to go.
Okay, we have a fish question. Mark Adrian Tinio says, I'm going to ask the legend himself, what are the top 5 tips in owning a saltwater tank, all fish, no corals?
You can answer that later. Mary Falconer says, Jackal plays at Ohio Bike Week every year in Sandusky. I did not know this.
Free shows.
Mary, it's your job now. Mary, I'm trusting you. You get a hold of me and let me know when this is happening. I will be at the next Jackal show. Oh my God. I cannot believe that.
It's a free show too.
I feel like I'm like in tune with Jesse James Dupree, the lead singer from Jackal, because I've been in music all my life. He's been in music all his life. He brought his son up and got him into music. I tried so hard on my 3 sons to get them into music. They weren't interested. He got his son into music and he's doing great. I'm like, oh my God, I want to meet Jesse. Jesse and me would get along great. You know what I'm saying? And his vocals are amazing. Oh my God. Jeff Charge says, we've seen Jackal 6 times, rocked it every time. They do. They're a bar band like Third Degree was. They're a bar band. They play to the crowd, and the crowd rocks out and has a great time. It ain't like you have to listen to all of our shit, and then here's the songs you came to hear. No, they play to the crowd, and it's a great time. I love that. Oh, my God. Jens Carl says, you damn right. All music but sad music is good. No, your sad music sucks. Okay. She sits in there and cries. She puts on her music and she sits there for like 4 hours and cries to the music. I'm like, oh my God.
Sometimes you just need to cry a little bit, Rich.
No.
It makes you feel better sometimes.
Will Star. Rich was a Depeche Mode fan? No, son. Sorry. You're going to get beat up for that one. Rich, but I agree 100%, Big Rich, on Pink Floyd over Metallica. Susan says, yes, Mary, that's how we've seen them. They played Mountain Fest in West Virginia. Nice. You can get VIP up close to the stage. It's probably $50 or $100 for the weekend. You know what? I'm going to die in the next 20 years. I'll pay whatever. I want to get up there and talk to Jesse James Dupree. I want to shake his hand. I want to hang out with him. Okay, look at this. In my younger years, the Gods were my favorite band. Gotta Keep a Running. Go Away. Candy's Gone Bad. All these songs from Gods were amazing. I lived my younger life by the song of Gotta Keep a Running. I'm going to use you, babe. I'm going to lose you, babe. I don't care what you say. I'm going to burn right up like a $2 pistol, rocky top to the top, you know. Here's the thing. I lived that life. I thought I was on this planet to have sex with as many girls as possible. And I did not settle down for anybody. And, you know, I've gone through a bunch of girls. And then all I wanted was to have a family and you know, one person that loved me eventually. But my younger days, that was it, the Gods. And I got to see them play at Sabres in the Flats. Now, here's a story. Here's a great story. Sabres in the Flats. Now, they were singing the song. They started, you know, they did a couple songs. And then they started Gotta Keep a Running, which I know all the lyrics all the way through, right? And Eric, the lead guitarist at the time, you know, I'm sitting out there and I'm singing the things. And he put his guitar down. And I'm like, yeah, and I touch his guitar. And you know, he left it down, and I grabbed his guitar, and he tried to pull me up, and I let go. I'm like, I don't want to, you know, rip his guitar out of his hand. He put his guitar down again. I grabbed down, and he pulled me up on stage. Eric Moore. So here I go. I'm up there on stage, and they pushed me over to the mic. So I'm like, all right, now dig up, y'all. Now we stoned to the bone, and we hot and sweaty. Look at us. They're everything your parents ever warned us about. We're everything your parents ever warned us about. You know, they think we're all junkies. But everybody's some kind of junkie. There's money junkie, booze junkie, dope junkie, sex junkie. And there's one thing that they don't understand. All of us, you and I, we're gods. And there's how to go? I don't know, but I went on talking the whole thing. And they let me be up there. I got to talk the whole center section of the Gods rock and roll machine on stage. They were playing off of a back of a flatbed trailer across from Sabres in the Flats at a gravel parking lot. And I got to do the whole talking part to the audience. I was 17 years old. It was the greatest night of my life ever, you know. I love these guys. And then, you know, they pushed me off and they went back to the song. And, you know, I met them years later. My son Richie, my middle son, he was like, I don't know, 16, 17. And Gods were playing in Akron. So I take him to Akron. We get in, we go backstage, and we talk to them. And I'm like, guys, you don't understand the impact you've had on my life, you know, blah, 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 this and that. They gave us a shirt to my son, and everybody in the band signed it. And then they gave him another shirt to wear. And they said, okay, it's time for you guys to go now. It's adult time now. And I'm like, I got you. Come on, Richie, let's go. And we left him. Dude, I'm telling you, the Gods rocked. It was amazing.
Okay, Rich. Mark Adrian Tinio said, asking again, crying face emoji. I'm asking the legend itself, what are the top 5 tips in owning a saltwater tank? All fish, no corals.
The top 5 tips?
Yeah, top 5 tips. What do you have?
Let me get off of this.
We don't really run saltwater tanks here, but what are the 5 tips you have? Go down. He asked it twice. It's go up a little bit.
No, we got to go up.
Right there. Go down. 2.
Okay. What are the top 5 tips in owning a saltwater tank? Well,
all fish, no corals.
Okay, here's the thing. Owning a fish tank with no corals, so you ain't got to worry about, you know, your lighting or none of that. The top 5 things that would be nice would be you can have, you know, like Jacques from what's that movie? Nemo. He's a crab, a coral banded shrimp. He's awesome. You know, you can have that in there, and he's got his big long claws, big pepper, you know, white and red striped body and all that. He's awesome. You can have a Nemo. You know, you can have Dory. You can make the whole thing basically the what's the name of that movie? Finding Nemo. You know, and that's awesome. So that's one aspect. You can have fish like I love. It's a grouper, not a Pantera grouper. It's a panther grouper. They're all like tan with black spots, and they have these big fins, and they grow big, and they're meat eaters. They're badass. They're awesome. Okay. You can have an eel, a moray eel. You know, this thing gets on, or a ribbon eel. I love the ribbon eels. They get like 5 foot long, and they're the size of your pinky. You know, 5 foot long. Them are awesome. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to have a saltwater tank.
What are the tips in owning one, though?
Okay, with the saltwater, you have to make sure you do water changes with saltwater, you know, water.
You have to have, what's the kind of water that you have to have for it?
Salt water?
No, not the salt water, but we don't use water.
Reverse osmosis.
We don't use, like, water from the sink.
Okay, we do,
Oh, we do?
when you're not doing corals, okay? So a fish only without live rock is called a Fowler system. Fish only without live rock. You just have fish. You can do regular water changes. Here's what I did. I took like a 35-gallon barrel, put a pump in the bottom with a hose to it that came to the top, and I clipped it. Anytime that I'd need to do a water change, I would throw in, you know, so much salt for that 35 gallons, and the pump would pump it and circulate it. I'd come out the next day, and it was crystal clear. All the salt was, you know, dissolved and everything. I can then do, and the temperature was the same, I can then do a water change. That made it easier. So as long as you do your water changes with salted and you know, tempered water, you're good. The next tip, keep it away from lights, because, you know, all kinds of algae grows. If you have I don't know, a ceiling light or a window, yeah, you don't want that on your saltwater tank, because then 9 different types of algae start growing, and it's horrible. Feed them live, or feed them, you know, fresh shrimp, scallops, and you know, that kind of stuff. I don't know what you're really asking for. I'm just telling you that's the easiest saltwater tank to take care of, because it is a fish only without live rock and without any kind of corals. Once you get into the corals, now you're talking 10 steps up in hardness. You know what I'm saying?
Brittany Ziblets, $10. Thank you, Brittany. You and AZ have been awesome. She said, I agree, music is such an outlet for people who are empaths and don't prioritize their own emotions. I use music and shows to ugly cry to get everything out of my system. Good night, y'all. I love you. Brittany, next time
she ugly cries all the time.
Brittany, come over here and ugly cry with me, okay?
I use music to uplift me, okay? I don't like music that's like, hey, I lost my truck and my dog left me and my girlfriend. I don't like that, because I have enough problems in real life. So when you start hearing real music and it's uplifting, and you start, you know, I don't care if it's bluegrass. My dad loves bluegrass. You know, he's an old hillbilly guy. He loves bluegrass, you know. And so Bill Monroe and type stuff like that. And, you know, Lester Flats and Earl Scruggs, you know, that kind of stuff. You know, the Beverly Hillbillies theme. That's what my dad loves. You know, and it's all good as long as it's uplifting.
Well, would you rather
I never listen to downlifting music.
Would you rather me just be crying around here to you? Or would you rather me just be crying in my room to my sad music?
Go to your room.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
I just don't see the need in sad music. Unless your boyfriend just broke up with you. Okay?
Richard Slumkowski said, Insane Clown Posse, Boogie Boogie Woo.
Yeah,
that's a good song,
exactly.
Boogie Boogie Woo. I love that song. I actually like Insane Clown Posse. They make funny music.
Okay, Bob Taylor comes on that, you know, the points of a saltwater tank.
Yeah.
And he says, minimal substrate. Yes, that's great. You use the sand, and, you know, you use the live sand, and, you know, you keep it about an inch thick. A trickle biofilter, of course. You need an overflow, and then a pump down here. and it comes back up. That's great. Protein skimmers, yes. And then, you know, no overcrowding. That's all. That all makes sense with any tank, basically. But yes, you need that on, you know, your saltwater. I'm coming into this with thinking that everybody knows that, you know, so I don't know what to add to it, you know what I'm saying? So thank you for that, Bob.
Will Star said, Skylar, you listen to bands like The Cure and New Order? I've actually never even heard of those bands. I'll have to check them out, though.
What's the one thing you listen to mostly?
I don't know. I listen to all.
The bullshit I hate.
That's when I go to sleep. It's quiet, slow, it's
What's
nice.
What's it called?
Radiohead.
Radiohead. Listen to any Radiohead that isn't uplifting. It's low, slow, and long and terrible. That's what she listens to.
No, I don't. I listen to a bunch of other. I don't like. You know me. I listen to a bunch of other songs too.
Matt Adrian says music is a powerful thing. It sure is. It sure is. Because you know what? If I'm in a bad mood and I hear a good song come on, I'm up and ready to go.
If I'm sad, and I listen to my sad songs, it gets out of my system.
No,
I cry.
you're listening to your sad songs. You're like, leave me alone.
Yeah,
I want to listen to my sad songs.
That works for you because you don't have to deal with me.
No, I can put on a good song, and then you should be right out of your.
Yeah, but I'm still just gonna be
you
sad
dwell
listening
into your
to you.
sadness.
Yeah, and let me dwell. I leave you alone. What's the problem here?
It's horrible music.
But I dwell. You just have to leave me alone. I dwell. I get my sadness out. I come out happy, and I listen to happy music.
17 hours later, you've cried for 12 hours.
I get sad sometimes.
Oh my God. You don't need to be sad, is what I'm saying.
It's sometimes hard
Listen
to
to
help.
uplifting and you're happy.
Sometimes I listen to uplifting music, and I'm like, God,
Like-
I wish
like,
I could
okay.
feel this way.
Jesse James Dupree from Jackal. You feel the sun shining down on me. You feel the crack of God's right, you know, whatever. It's awesome. You know, you just want to get up and go.
Wolverine Who's Here says Skylar is emo. I'm not emo. Big Rich prefers old school hardcore Justin Bieber and New Kids on the Block.
All right. Lord Humongous.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're about to be kicked off
no,
your
don't
channel.
keep him. I like him. I like that guy.
You know, that's New Kids on the Block when
And
they first came out was
hardcore
gay.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah. Justin Bieber, I don't even know a song by Justin Bieber.
Rich loves the Pet
Skylar
Shop
is
Boys.
emo? Yes.
No, I'm not emo.
That's what, yes.
Colin, I'm wearing a white shirt. Don't. Is my hair dyed?
Rich
Wait.
loves the Pet Shop Boys. I don't think so. I don't even know a song by the Pet Shop Boys.
Brittany says I need an outlet. That's right, Brittany. Thank you. Somebody gets me here. Alright,
Oh,
good.
shit. Depth Charge says, have you heard Jesse and Brian Johnson together? That's the lead singer from Jackal and the lead singer from AC/DC. I have not. But I tell you what, they should sound awesome together. Here's some old bands I like. Have you guys ever heard of Triumph? Okay. There's a song by Triumph called, what was it called? It was on the Just a Game album. The truth will do just fine. I don't ask for much. The truth will do just fine. Won't you lay it on the line? That is so true. I don't want lies from anybody. I don't want anything. Just tell me the truth. Lay it on the line, and we'll be just fine. You know, listen to Triumph. Lay it on the line. That is a gospel music. That's amazing. You know, and they're from Canada. When Rush came from Canada, remember Rush? Three people in the band. Holy shit! Triumph was a Canada band. Amazing.
Remember when I showed you Trailer Park Boys and then Rush was actually in it and you couldn't believe it?
I couldn't believe it.
Willstar said, how about Oasis? I really like Oasis. Oasis is a good band. Also, Rich, we've been talking for about an hour about music and it's 9:30. You've been on stream for like...
It's okay.
2.5
Tracy's
hours.
being quiet as can be. She's no problem.
Oh, give me a second. I have to go take a.
Oh my goodness. Dreamland Escape the Change says, yes, I know the drummer of Triumph personally. Well, you are a lucky person because Triumph was a badass band in the 80s. Badass. Okay, Torta D Disrespect says, what do you think of Kiss? Kiss is amazing, like anyone should say. They put out over 25 albums. They did great. They did the best they could do with a 3-bar chord all over their life. They're amazing. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say nothing bad about Kiss. Best song from Led Zeppelin? Oh my goodness, there's so many. Oh my goodness. You know, Communication Breakdown, you can't beat that. It just gets you running. Misty Mountain Hop, amazing. Oh, can you... I can play it for you right now. And you guys would be like, oh my God. There's also Living, Loving, you know, Woman. And then, or wait. They played them always together. Heartbreaker and Living, Loving Woman. Amazing, amazing, amazing. You're talking a 10-minute drum solo and Moby Dick. Holy shit, that song rocked. Led Zeppelin was crazy. Misty Mountain Hop, Black Dog, whole lot of Love Live. Holy shit, you know, unbelievable. Yeah, Zeppelin was amazing. Kiss is not a sellout, Sue-Ann. They had to move on with what's going on, and they moved up to today's thing. And, you know, you want to call them a sellout, but they're still making money. Okay, they're doing what they set out to do is make money. And that's okay. You know, if my favorite band don't make money, they don't get seen. I'd like my favorite bands to make money. It don't matter if they're a sellout. It don't matter if they change their format to be able to make money. Okay, they changed many times. They came out one time with no makeup, then they got the makeup back. You know, and now they're doing, you know, newer songs, and you got to change with the times. And I don't feel bad for them for that. I don't call them a sellout at all.
Brittany Ziblis, $5 says, $20 to go get those sheepies and go to bed. I love you. Did you see who I brought out here?
Oh, there's Loki.
He's tired right now.
Viking cat.
You want to give Loki a kiss?
Why would I want to give Loki a
Because
kiss?
he's cute.
No. That is a damn mountain lion.
Okay, we'll donate another $30 after this. Mark Adrian Tinio, Canadian $20. This is for Big Rich. Would you rather eat a baby goat or a matter baby?
What's the matter, baby? Oh,
I don't get it.
what's the matter, baby? He made me say, what's the matter, baby?
He said 30. No, he said $30. He said nothing, sugar. What's the matter with you? Can we find another Joey? He's from Canada.
Mark, you are too much for me. That's too funny.
He's got the same energy as Joey.
He sure does. He's just like Joey.
Thank you for the.
Dude, that's great.
That's like
That's
$70
great.
US.
That's great.
No, it's not 70. 50.
50 or so, whatever. Don't matter. Thank
So
you, Mark.
much.
That was a highlight of the evening right there.
Nothing, sugar. What's the matter with you?
I fell right for it. What's the matter, baby? What the hell? Oh, Shannon Johnson says Bluish and Cold Godzilla. We did play that. Now, during the talking part in the middle of Godzilla, nobody wanted to do it. The singer didn't want to do it. Nobody. I had to do it. So we're like, down, 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 down. You know, when it came to the center part talking time, I had to take over. So here I was, and I still remember it to this day. Are you ready for this? All right, so let me see if I can remember it all correctly. Okay. It started with Godzilla, Zilla. God, King, so homie, who got us? Rescue him on sticking aside. Rescue him on sticking aside. And I had to do this whole thing while people are looking at me laughing and shit. And there's one I left out one verse of that. There's 3. I only did 2. I can't remember what the other one was. It was a long time ago. Let me see. Godzilla, God King, so who got us? Rescue him on sticking aside. Rescue him on sticking aside. That was the end. I'm missing the first verse. I forget what it was, but I had to talk that. So here I am on stage at the Cleveland Agora. There's like, I don't know, 2,000 people out there, and I'm up there and I got a video of me on the mic doing this. And I had to learn. I don't know what I was saying, but I kept backing up, learning and listening to their lyrics, and I got everything that they said down. So I don't know what I'm saying in, Chinese or whatever it is, Japanese, but I said exactly what they said online, and it was funny.
Mark Adrian Tinio said, "Me heading out. Was chill to hang with you guys. Catch you on the next Fishy live stream. All the love." Thank you again, Mark. That was really funny what you did tonight.
Yeah, Mark, that was amazing.
Have a
Take
good
care,
night,
brother. Oh yeah, Golden Earring, Radar Love was amazing.
Are there any fishy questions here?
Oh, we're back to the music.
Are there any cat questions?
I think this is the longest live stream ever.
I was just about to say that. Might as well just keep it going for a little bit longer. Might as well hit 4 hours.
Okay,
live
guys,
stream.
what's the best song ever? I loved Billy Thorpe, Children of the Sun. I loved what was that? Cinderella. I need a shot of gasoline.
Whenever you name song lyrics, I can't forget what song you're talking about.
You're too young.
I'm too young.
Yeah. Do you know who Cinderella is?
No.
She never heard the song. I need a shot of gasoline.
You probably showed it to me.
Shannon Johnson says, my dad always tell me I was created during that part. Shannon, you will enjoy this with Josh. Josh was created during the Eagles concert. Okay, I went to the Eagles
during
concert.
The concert? I thought it was just to a song.
Well, it was during the concert and then after the concert. I went to the Eagles concert. Me and Tracy had the greatest time ever. They did all the songs, right? We come out, and my black Camaro that had a 454, motor sticking through the hood, wheelie bars, parachute, all that, was sitting in the parking lot. And we walk up towards it, and there's some dude, and he's got his girlfriend yoked up by her neck against my car, And I looked at Tracy, and she's like, get him, Rich. And I start running, and I'm running. And I get running too fast, and I'm falling. So by the time I hit him to save myself. I hit him with all my weight. Knocked his ass down. He went flying. I didn't know he had 3 brothers there. So anyways, I get surrounded by all 4 of these guys, and I'm sitting there, you will not put a hand on a girl like that in my presence, blah, blah, blah. And, the guy behind him was his brother. He jumped up over him with this fist that came over his head and was coming towards me. So I put my head down, and he hits me. This is a bouncer move. You can hit me on my head all you want. I mean, seriously, let me find something heavy here.
Rich, don't.
It's your bottle. Okay. You can hit me on top of the head all you want. It don't hurt. I took his punch, and then I was like, you son bitch. And I grabbed him by his shirt because he was already in the downstroke of his thing, and I grabbed his shirt, and I just waylaid his face. So he hits, and he falls backwards, and he's in the puddle on the ground. And now the dude that was in front of me, his little brother, was all, acting bad and stuff like this. So, I hit him with my elbow and knocked his ass down. And now there's a 3rd brother. And, he's talking bad, but he ain't doing nothing. So I go over to the car. I open the car up. I'm like, honey, you can get out. Blah, blah, blah. stand out here with me. I'll protect you. And she stands outside the car. And he's like, you know, she's going home with me. I'm like, not only is she not going home with you, she's going to make out with me right in front of you. And I turned to her. And I put my arm around her, you know. And she's like, oh, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pushing the envelope a little bit. But, you know, he came at me and I was able to attack him. And, you know, I had all 4 brothers on the ground in the mud puddle. And so I get in my car and, you know, the crowd was like, oh my God, dude, best uppercut I ever seen. Oh, because the 4th brother came over running when I laid out the 3rd brother and he came running at me. And he's running with his arm way out here like this, right? So he gets up to me and I'm like, wow, right in his chin. Knocked him over and he looked like damn Popeye. Flew backwards and he was floating in the ground until he hits the ground. Funniest shit ever. So I get in my car, the crowd breaks everything, you know. Oh my God, dude, you're the baddest, you know. And I start my car, you know, and I give it some gas and I start going out. They block traffic on the highway, on the road there, and let us go out and leave and shit. It was a great night. I go home and I make love to Tracy. That's the night Josh was made, because I was like, that was a boy.
You forgot the story though. What song was it to?
No, Eagles Hotel California, because we were listening to him at home. So Eagles Hotel California was the song that Josh was conceived by, and that's all there was to it. Shannon Johnson says, my dad is your exact age and is a Marine and tells me the same kind of stories you just told me about my mom. This is great. Shannon Johnson says, maybe you are my dad. The Dreamwind Escaped and Chain says, the problem with the bullies, they never think they will ever meet their match. Exactly. He says, good going, Big Rich. So, yeah, that's the night we had Josh. And her favorite song to this day is the Eagles Hotel California. She just loves that song. We play it for her all the time because, you know, she's laying there and she ain't really got much in her life. So when I play that song, I come in there, I kiss her on her forehead, you know. She just loves it.
Alright, you wanna include this live stream?
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna go. Thank you for hanging in there with us. We love you guys. We love hanging out. I love hanging out with you guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You know, this is great. You know, this is like, I don't get to go out, and to get to hang out with you guys is great for me. You know, it's like hanging out with my best friends at the local bar. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys hanging in there and, you know, putting up with us for one, because we're not the greatest. But thank you so much, okay? I appreciate it. We're going to end it, and, you know, what do we say? As always, stay fishy, my friends. I love you guys.
Okay, you have to end it on the